Alright, so alright, so this is gonna be okay, so this is going to be a spoiler filled review of the movie in dub because I watched it in English. I'll review the sub in a different video. Okay? And I'm gonna go from one scene, so I'm gonna go from the opening with Tagame and Sorbet all the way to the end. Okay? And I'm literally going to go through every scene. So you can watch the movie along with me, and because of that, this is probably going to be like a really long video, maybe my longest video ever. Before I start the review, though, I do want to say some things. Before I get into the review, I do kind of want to give my general thoughts on the movie, just like a brief summary, and then I want to talk about the production of the film. And then after I finish the review, I want to talk about I want to relay like more of my thoughts and yeah, okay. Anyway, this movie is the worst piece of Dragon Ball canon. Like period. Period. It's the worst. This is really really bad. Like what happened? How do you go, dude? Or if you You know, I thought Dragon Ball Minus was bad, and I've warmed up to Dragon Ball Minus over the years, so I might do the same. So I've warmed up to Dragon Ball Minus over the years. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that with this movie. Like this was really like this. Oh man, like at the end, like I was livid. Like I was really really mad. Like so okay, let me explain myself. So I watched the movie a couple times, just for enjoyment. And that was me just wanting to like enjoy the movie and whatever, right? And so, the first couple of times I finished the movie, I enjoyed it. But I didn't enjoy it as much as Battle of Gods. I didn't think it was better than Battle of Gods. Maybe like a point below. But I did enjoy it. Um, and of course I'm talking about the dub here. And I did watch like the Spanish version before. I did watch the last 30 minutes of the sub before, so I had like a general good idea of like how the movie went. But I was never thinking critically about it, you know? It wasn't until last night when I rewatched it and I started to like be more critical about it. I was thinking to myself like, how could I ever think that this movie was good? I almost paid for this. I almost paid for this. Well, maybe I didn't because it was airing in like a shitty theater like near me, and that theater is like really bad. But this like now I know like I did a good thing by not spending money. And you know this isn't about Funimation or the English dubs because in terms of the dubbing and like the voice acting, the script, the general directing, like that was actually like pretty stellar if you ask me. Like everyone did well. I mean there might have been a few complaints. I'll talk about that later in the review, but as far as the English translation and all that stuff goes, that was great. I'm talking about the story. The story is terrible. It's terrible. And when you I think I know now. Like, okay, actually, you know what? I'll talk about that towards the end. But the good things about this movie were the humor and the dialogue. And I actually think that the English version, the English version's dialogue is going to be better than the Japanese versions when I watch it. The English version, I think, I thought like had whoever wrote the script, I think, did a pretty good job. I feel like some lines could have like used like a little tightening, or could have been worded a little better, but in general, I thought that they did well. Okay, it might not appear that way like when I'm ranting like later in this video, but um, in general, like the OST, the humor, and the dialogue to me were the best parts of the movie by far. The bad parts, the story was terrible, and I'm going to explain why it's terrible later. Actually, in a couple of seconds, really, but the story was terrible, and the action was not. There was too much CGI in it. First of all, it's the action and the animation. Like, first of all the CGI stuff was just bad. Okay, like it was bad, but even when it wasn't CGI, I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some good-looking scenes, like particularly one scene towards the end of the movie, which I'll talk about, but at times it was really bad. Like intentionally, like motion of like a character's limbs were intentionally slowed down. And I think I read like a comment by the director Tadayoshi Yamamuro. I'll talk about him also, where he wanted to slow it down just to see like the way that a character like throws a punch or like throws a kick, and that's all fine. But it just made like the impact of the blows and all that look really stiff and bad. Like there's this one moment when Golden Frieza, and that's not a spoiler. Golden Frieza, Blue Super Saiyan. I'm sure everyone knows that by now. Golden Frieza is fighting Blue Super Saiyan Goku, and there's this one. It's like a couple seconds where he kicks Goku into some rocks. That has to like. There is no impact. Like it's so slow. Like I don't know how to describe it, but just like when Goku gets kicked, the motion of him like the point where Frieza's leg connects with his torso to point B where he goes into the rocks, I could have sworn at least a good like 2 seconds passed before he went from point A to point B. Like it was so slow, and dude, like every time that happened, like it even happens when Goku and Vegeta are training with Whis. Just like a slow down of the animation, and I'm just wondering like why. Like it's just like what the fuck. But anyway, I guess we can just get on with the review. I'm already 7 minutes and 30 seconds in. This is gonna be a long video, so anyway, I'll try to contain my rage, I guess. I don't know, it's my anger, whatever. So anyway, man, like the CGI just comes like right in the beginning. It's already pissing me off with like the bats and oh my god. And anyway, we finally see what Toriyama's version of hell is, and again, it's classic Toriyama, taking the traditional image, breaking it down and flipping it upside down on its head. Instead of hell being like this really dark and ghoulish place, or something like the anime's version of hell with the yellow sky and the rocky mountains and the spikes and all that, this, or at least Frieza's hell, and oh man, I hate using that word, Frieza's hell, and this movie's just like really making me live already, and I can't even review. Anyway, I like the fact that Frieza's hell is all cutesy, and there's stuffed teddy bears and just like singing and angels and all that. It's funny, right? What I don't like about that is that why is Frieza keeping his body? Why does Frieza have his body? Like right in the opening scene, we already get like a plot hole. So if you guys go to chapter 467, which is or the corresponding episode, which is where Majin Vegeta dies, right? Piccolo is having his talk with Majin Vegeta. So like I'm going back to the Buu arc real quick to explain to you like why this is a plot hole, like right in the beginning. Vegeta asks Piccolo if he'll be able to see Kakarot or Goku like in the afterlife, and obviously that's for a fight to prove himself better, yada yada yada. However, Piccolo then says the following. I'm reading it like straight up. I won't lie to you, so I'll put it bluntly. You will never see him. You've killed too many innocent people. After you die, your soul will go to a different place than Goku's. After your soul is purified, you will receive a new body, but your memory will be erased. That is what happens to evil people. So, what is the deal with Frieza here? Why does he have his body? Just think about that. Why would you give a villain why would you give a villain a body? Where is the sense in that? Why? For what purpose? How if I'm King Yama, right, And I think King Yama, like in the Saiyan arc, had like this little statement about how he was weaker than King Kai or Kaio. Why would you give people? It's just really villains keeping their bodies is just, like really stupid. It's like one of the worst parts of the filler of the filler of the anime. Anyway, Frieza is then strung up pretty hilariously, like in this little pod, and I don't know like how like a pod is like holding Frieza back. Anyway, like a pod in a tree is like, shouldn't Frieza just be able to like rip himself out? Okay, anyway. Oh man, it's gonna be really hard to contain my dislike for this film. So that happens, but I'm also appreciative of the fact that it shows Frieza in his mecha form. So when Trunks killed him, it seems like they didn't forget about Trunks, and that's a good thing because obviously in Battle of Gods, not much credence was given to Trunks killing Frieza, and it was more to Goku defeating Frieza on Namek because that's just the more iconic fight and the more iconic battle and the more iconic outcome. But it seems like for this they didn't forget that, so I was appreciative of that. Let me bring up my review. Anyway, so then we find out that there's these couple of people called Sorbet, or there's this person called Sorbet, and I don't think I ever like talked about like the characters' looks as they came out or as they were revealed in V-Jump and all that, just because I'm lazy in uploading videos. But I do like Sorbet's look. He looks like a koala with the koala nose, and he has like a swimmer's cap. It's pretty interesting and quirky, so I like the design. Taguma's double visored scouter, that's cool. I like the fact that he's like really skinny too. But they're talking about how reviving Frieza and all that, and they just decide to go to Earth. And Shisami then there was like this one weird scene like when that was happening, and I'm gonna be using the word weird a lot, like just like awkward or weird, like words like that I'm gonna be using a lot in this review. So Taguma suggests sending a larger unit to Earth just to be on the safe side, right? And I don't know like the timestamp like when he says that, but just the camera or the scene then cuts to Shisami, and it's like a close up of his face, and he ends up doing like a little sneer, like ugh. Like as soon as Taguma suggests that, I rewatched that scene like 10 to 20 times, trying to figure out for like the life of me like why he did that. I still don't know why he did that. Taguma suggested sending a larger unit or a larger battalion of soldiers to Earth to get the Dragon Balls to revive Frieza, and then we see Shisami giving like this like almost like a disgusted look, like what the fuck, like what? Anyway, so that was weird, and then Taguma and Sorbet end up going to Earth, right? And they end up finding they find out that the Pilaf trio, besides Bulma, they're also capable of collecting the Dragon Balls. So Taguma and Sorbet comedically go like in this little mini version of Frieza's ship to Earth, right? And this is when they meet up with the Pilaf trio. Like this is the first instance of what I call a jump. I think a jump cut is like a real like term, but some scenes in this movie feel like they're missing. Like it feels like there's going to be an extended edition of this film with the uncut scenes, but it felt like Toei or the director or whoever, they intentionally cut out scenes, right? And that made for awkward pacing. And this is the first instance of that. Because Taguma and Sorbet are outside Earth. They do like this little teleport thing. And then like the next scene, Pilaf and Shu and Mai are on his ship. So that jump cut from Taguma and Sorbet reaching Earth to having the Pilaf trio on their ship, that was too fast. It felt like a scene had been cut out. And another weird thing about that was like, where did Pilaf get a Dragon Radar from? Where did he get a Dragon Radar from? Like, what? Anyway, they're collecting the Dragon Balls. Taguma goes into the ocean and gets a Dragon Ball. That's cool, I guess, a little bit. it would have been cooler if they actually showed him like underwater, like pressure of the like things like that, like made it like more grander and epic. But anyway, then the scene cuts to Piccolo rocking Pan, which is kind of a little, I guess, a little. I don't want to say funny, but a little. I don't know what the word is. Anyway, he's rocking Pan with his foot, and that's just him showing affinity for kids, like he did with the Gohan and the Saiyan arc, like he does with Goten and Trunks in the Buu arc, and now he's doing the same with Pan. Rocking her crib with his foot. Okay, so then Gohan and Videl come in, and I realize Kara Edwards is pregnant, and she's getting ready to give birth to a child, but and it wasn't really her voice acting; it was the dialogue that was just terrible. Like it was horrible. She said, or her dialogue. I won't say she said. Her dialogue was, "Oh hi there, little Pan. I'm sorry, Mommy Videl." Like it was something like that. Like hi there, little Pan. Oh, I'm sorry, Mommy Videl didn't come here earlier. Like what the fuck? Like huh? What? Like you see my face? Like this is the Nick Young face. Like okay, yeah. Anyway, I know it's something like really small. Like it's just like a small line of dialogue. I just found that like that particular line of dialogue like, horrible. It was funny that she didn't make fun of Piccolo's green face though, so I guess it kind of balances it out. And she says that when she picks up Pan, but another weird thing about that scene was if you guys noticed Pan, her bang like over her forehead, like she has hair, and then the bang over here was not colored. What the fuck? Like, it's like, you know what this looks like? Actually, I don't have a marker. I was gonna draw like hair strands like on my forehead. Like that's what it looked like. Her bang wasn't colored. Like that was just weird, dude. Like, it just looks weird as hell. Anyway, the Pilaf trio. Then the scene cuts back to So Piccolo ends up like sensing Sorbet and Tagoma, and then the scene cuts back to Sorbet and Tagoma and the Pilaf trio, and they end up collecting the Dragon Balls, and then Mai says this like very weird line. It's Trunks is still like she says Trunks is still her boyfriend, and Mai and Trunks is still one of the weirdest romances I've ever seen. I don't know what it is about like anime and manga and just like the age difference between certain people in relationships and romantic relationships, but like, I know, and I know Mai is like younger now, but she was 41, so it's like a 41-year-old preying on like a 12, 13-year-old. It's pedo status. That's just what it is. Anyway, they summon Shenron, and I like the fact that they reused what I dubbed the Shenron theme. So if you guys go on YouTube and just look up Shenlong appears, Norihito Sumitomo. You guys will know what I'm talking about. It's the track that plays when Shenron is summoned in this film and in Battle of Gods. I love that track, by the way. And then once that happens, Sorbet seems a little hesitant almost to like go up and ask for a wish, but Tagoma is then seen like urging Sorbet on to make the wish. So it happens right before we get like the title for the movie, right? Let me put that. So it happens like right before we get the title for the movie, like when the F goes over the earth and the Dragon Balls come and Chala Hechala is playing like that. It happens right before that. That was just like another like case of like a weird scene. Like it's like why does Tagoma have to urge Sorbet on to make the wish? Anyway, that was just something that caught my attention, and that I don't know, it was just like really weird. But then like I said, we get the title card. I think that's what you call it. The title, and I was kind of miffed that they decided to go with Chala Hechala again instead of We Got a Power. Like at this point, I don't think we're ever gonna hear We Got a Power again, which is kind of sad because I like We Got a Power as much as Chala Hechala. So I do want to hear it like in modern, in modern settings. So but I did like Battle of Gods' version of that that title, like Battle of Gods' title card. I like that more than Fukatsu no F's or Resurrection F's. So Shenron says that he can't revive Frieza because Frieza's cut into pieces, and I think many people were like confused about this, but it's kind of true. If you think about it, back to the King Piccolo arc, preservation of bodies has always been done so that revival in Dragon Ball happens so that the body has to be intact, so that the soul can return to it, right? And so that's why when Roshi and Chaozu and Krillin were killed in the King Piccolo arc, they were put into capsules. That's why when at the end of the Saiyan arc, Yamcha's body was put into a capsule, Tien's was put into a capsule so as to preserve the body, right? Now, it's not. It's obviously I don't think it's beyond. I don't think it's beyond Shenron's power to repair like a cut up body. Purunga has done it, but there is a certain way to word that, right? And if you guys go back to the scene or the scenario where I think it was chapter 330 something. I'm sure it's 330 something. Chapter 330. You guys can go on Manga here or whatever and look it up. But when Purunga revives Krillin after Krillin has been killed by Frieza, Purunga has this quote or this not a quote. He says that reviving or putting his clothes and his body back together is a special service. So restoring the body seems to be like a an extra request. Like it's a special case when it comes to pushing back a person, and when you ask a dragon to do that. Okay, so the wish I think could have been worded better though, but it's whatever. Then okay. Okay. Anyway, Shenron. So Sorbet then ends up granting or asking Shenron to revive Frieza in a cut up body anyway because they have new technology that can regenerate him. Okay, fine, fair enough. Then Shenron says something that is just another plot hole. He says, "I'm able to grant 2 wishes." That is not true. Chapter 469, Shenron says he can grant 3 wishes. What happens is, so Shenron says he can grant 2 wishes, right? But in chapter 469, Shenron says that he can grant 3 wishes after Dende has become the kami or the god or the guardian of the earth, right? The deal with that is Shenron can grant 3 wishes, but if one of the first 2 wishes if one of the first 2 wishes is used to revive a large amount of people, then instead of getting 3 wishes, your wish count is cut down to 2 instead. That's how it works. But then again, that was actually like a very like small line that's easily like you could easily overlook it like if you are reading the manga, right? So I guess that can get a pass, but I still would have preferred it if they kept like the 3 wishes thing. Anyway, another explanation for that, it would seem like Shenron is trying to deter them a little from reviving Frieza, so it makes sense he wouldn't say anything about him being able to grant 3. But then again, him leaving after 2 is still somewhat bullshit then, because like you only leave like once the wishes are done with, right? It kind of reminds me of when Shenron himself left after he saw Beerus in Battle of Gods off his own volition. I thought that was weird, and apparently like a wish was not granted, so that was even more BS. Anyway, so at this point, like I'm just like at this point in the movie, just to give you guys like a heads up, I'm left like scratching my head, basically. Okay. So before Sorbet, and this is another like curious line that just leaves you scratching your head. So before Sorbet and Tagumo leave to revive Frieza, Sorbet says he and Frieza and the rest of the Force might come back to Earth sometime in the future, and he says this like 11 minutes into the movie. But later in the movie, he questions Frieza as to why he's going to seek revenge on the Saiyans. So l- let me repeat that. He says he and Frieza and the rest of the soldiers are going to come back to Earth, may come back to Earth sometime in the future. Yet he's surprised that that actually happens when he revives Frieza. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Anyway, they leave, and then we're left with the Pilaf trio. And then Shu says a pretty funny line: "If you're too rich, your kids turn out to be jerks who own nightclubs." And if you guys didn't know, like Shu's second wish was to wish, like he stole the second wish from Sorbet. He asked for 1,000,000 zeni. And that was a great line. And then Pilaf has, Pilaf has great taste because he likes Mongolian barbecue. And Mongolian barbecue is fucking delicious. If you guys have not had Mongolian barbecue, have that. If you go to BD's, if there's a BD's near you, BD's Mongolian Grill, go to Google, check out that shit. Go eat there. It's fucking amazing. So then we go to Frieza getting revived. And Maximum the Hormones F song, which I'm going to talk about later, is playing while Frieza's being revived. And this is awkward. This is an awkward ass placement for an insert. Like, this is the most awkward ass placement for an insert song ever. Ever. I can just imagine myself like in a theater watching like Frieza getting revived, this song playing, and there's just like an awkward atmosphere like over the rest of the crowd. It was just like so awkward. Like I wasn't even watching it in a theater. I was watching it on my laptop, and I still found it awkward. And shout out to Velez JVez22 because he did the same. He felt the same way when he saw it in theaters. Anyway, Frieza gets revived. I like that we see Frieza in his first form again. But how the fuck did he get to his first form from his Mecha Frieza state? Okay. I mean, there's something too big. Like, it's something that I really care about. It's just left me... Again, like, I'm scratching my head. Like, how did that happen? First form to... Like, Mecha Frieza to first form? What? Anyway, Frieza steps out of... So Frieza steps out of the tank, right? And then there's another awkward, weird moment where Frieza does like a short scream and he shakes his head and he splashes like the green liquid like onto his subordinates, right? And again, so this is after 11 minutes into the movie, and I'm just like sitting here like, what the fuck? Like what is going on? So Shisami does like this little like a little sneer grunt sneer or grunt to Tagoma, suggesting to Sorbet to bring more soldiers to Earth, right? The animation when Trunks cuts Frieza was really bad when they were showing the flashback of that, right? It was really bad, like especially like when he used his sword. Oh my god, that was terribly animated. Then you have the 2 wishes, 3 wishes thing, right? Then you have Frieza having a body. So this is like really like just like I'm just like scratching my head at this moment, right? And Frieza doing like a short scream, like like shaking his head and like the green liquid like splash, just weird, just like really awkward. And quite frankly, I can't call it good or bad yet because it's not really anything like story heavy, but it's just like I'm feeling really awkward at this point in the movie. So then Frieza then gets the lowdown from Sorbet and Tagoma, like what's been going on with this empire, yada yada yada. And then another freaking stupid moment happens. Because Sorbet Sorbet suggests to revive King Cold. But Frieza says that he doesn't want to revive King Cold, which is really like weird. In the sub and the manga, if you guys have not watched or read it, he affectionately refers to Cold as Papa. He calls him Papa, which shows that Frieza is capable of loving someone other than himself. It adds another characteristic to his character. Like, the fact that Frieza, like even though Frieza was not a good person, the fact that when he was killed by Trunks and that Cold didn't give a shit, kind of gives him a little bit of a tragic side. There's a little tragedy to his character because of that. he loved Cold because of him calling him Papa. Well, maybe not loved, but he did have affection for Cold by calling him Papa, and then King Cold doesn't give a shit about him after Trunks kills him. He offers for Trunks to take Frieza's place as his son. That just goes to show you that Cold didn't give a fuck about him. Anyway, it's entirely possible that Frieza came to see Cold's self-importance, as he would say, when he was revived as Mecha Frieza. But we didn't actually see that. So, anyway, that was weird. Like, Frieza not wanting to revive Cold was just like, again, another head scratcher. But I did like how Frieza is weaker after being revived, staying dead all these years. So let's do some quick math here. 1 month for Trunks to show up, another 3 years for training. I'm gonna say like 10 days, so that doesn't even count. 7 years, so that's 1 plus 3, 4, 11 years, and now this is 4 years, or 4 or 5 years after Beerus kills. So 15, 16 years Frieza has been in hell. And his skills have deteriorated. So, when he's revived, he's not as good as he once was on Namek, because he's just been inactive all these years, which makes sense, and I like that. Then he says that he's going to get revenge on Goku and future Trunks, right? Tagoma then cautions against this, and Sorbet is surprised that Frieza is going to go for vengeance against the Saiyans. Tagoma cautions against this, and Frieza kills him. So Tagoma is killed like pretty early in the movie. One thing I don't get is why Toei why they targeted Tagoma so much. Like, why did they show him as why was the way that Toei was marketing the film, like, they made it seem so that Tagoma was as important as Sorbet, which is not the case, because he just fucking died. Shisami is they didn't market Shisami nowhere near as much as Tagoma, and I'm just like wondering like why. It's like they hate Shisami anyway. That was like another like weird instance to me. Not like, yeah, it's just like, yo, I'm Tagoma, like I'm on the cover of Fukatsu no F, but I get killed like 30 minutes into the movie. Like, fuck that. Like, what the fuck? Like, just show Sorbet. Like, why are you trying to mislead like your anyway. Frieza then says that he's going to train, okay? And I love Frieza's use of the word salubrious, like when he says like, it'll be most salubrious for me, which means good for his health. And I do like the idea of seeing an iconic or mainstay villain training within the real time of the series to get more stronger. It's something that we rarely get. I mean, we get it with the heroes and the main cast, but rarely with the villain. I think the last time we got something like that was Rao learning the Musou Tensei and Visit the North Star, and that was like 30 years ago almost. So seeing a villain train for a rematch, I think, was pretty interesting. But, and this is where it's going to start. But Frieza training for 4 months is going to put him on the level of a God mode Goku. Are you serious? 4 months? That is like borderline asshole bullshit. People say that, like, power-ups and transformations and in specifically more so in Z than Dragon Ball are very ass-pulley and bullshit. And I've never felt that way. I don't think it's ass-pull or bullshit. But if there is one that is at the moment, and I'm going to explain why at the moment, at towards the end of the review, why it is that way. It's this power-up that fits that description the most. You're telling me Frieza in 4 months, just based on the explanation that he's a genius, is going to get as strong as Goku? 4 months. Shout out to Grandpa Gohan Betterson on Facebook. He had this great line. All Frieza had to do was then like do a couple push-ups and run a couple laps on Namek, and he would have fucked Goku up, even when he was a Super Saiyan. It's retarded. It's a bullshit explanation. It's really bad. It's really bad. Anyway, I mean, at this point, I don't know enough about the film, so I'm not going to call it really bad yet, but this is by far the biggest power increase, strength, whatever, that I've ever seen in anime. Ever. Frieza then says that he's never trained in his life, and, if you pay attention to Frieza's character, there is a certain laziness to his character, which I think is all the more... That characteristic is all the more strengthened when he says that, because Frieza was the one having his soldiers collect the Dragon Balls and do things for him on Namek. Frieza was the one that sent people to take care of annoyances and disturbances for him. And the fact that Frieza has never trained in his life just seems to accentuate or reaffirm his laziness all the more. So that happens, but if you guys remember, there's this. If you guys remember when Goku fought Frieza on Namek, if you go to the part where Goku kicks Frieza, like there's a pretty iconic, not pretty iconic, somewhat iconic kick, where Goku kicks Frieza into two islands, right? And then Frieza says that his parents never hurt him, or he's never been hurt that much before except by his parents. That line insinuated that he had been training with his parents and that's why he was so strong, but apparently that's not the case, and if Toriyama ever decides to revisit that obscure line, I'm sure it's going to be something like very silly and very funny, like where it was Frieza asking like for Pepsi instead of Coke, and so King Cole like smacked the shit out of him or something like that. But what I don't like about this scene, there's two things I didn't like about this scene. Not Tagoma, Sorbet. Sorbet then says like incredulously, like, what's the line? You mean training would make you even stronger? You can get even stronger than your fourth or final form? I'm just like, Sorbet, are you an idiot? Of course training would make Frieza stronger than his fourth or final form. Are you retarded? I was literally thinking, like, whoever wrote this story at this point was, like, seriously, like, on some shrooms. Like, the story and the animation so far are just, like he's like a fucking crackhead or something. Anyway. My belief that someone was smoking or doing shrooms and doing crack and, like, was on, like, straight up, like really, like, high potent weed was when Frieza then said this statement about a power level of 1.3 million. What the fuck? Are you high? Like, Frieza in his second form was close to that. Why? I mean, it's entirely possible that Frieza was talking about his first form, but surely he wasn't thinking of challenging Goku in that. I don't know why there's a 1.3 million power level line. That there should have been no power levels. Power levels don't mean shit after Frieza. The last power level is Trunks' 5 when Mecha Frieza comes with the soldiers and that one soldier does the little scouter thing and he takes note of the fact that future Trunks is only at a power level of 5. What the fuck? That line should have been about how he would gain a fifth form. 1.3 million ain't shit, since Frieza in his second form was around that. 1.3 million ain't shit to Trunks, let alone Goku. Hell, that's fucking weaker than when Trunks killed him. Frieza was as strong as that when he went Mecha Frieza. 1.3 million's weaker than that. He's like, I can reach a power level of 1.3 million. Like, that ain't shit, boy. Anyways, the scene cuts to Jaco, okay, and change my hand. Jaco's introduction, and so Jaco is shown going to Earth, right, and then he's at Capsule Corp. Jaco's introduction. Oh, actually, no. I'm going to talk about that like in a couple minutes, actually. But one thing I noticed about like when Jaco was at Capsule Corps and when he met Bulma's dad, if you guys noticed, if you guys have been watching Dragon Ball Super so far, the woman who receives Jaco at Capsule Corp is the same woman who interrupts Vegeta's training in Dragon Ball Super Episode 4 to inform him of Bulma's birthday. I just thought that that was a neat little tidbit in there. Okay. Anyway, Jaco is with Dr. Briefs, and they're looking at some goldfish, and then Bulma comes over. And then Jaco starts talking to Bulma, and he says, and this is what he says. I had an interesting talk with your sister Tights. She tells me you're buddies with the man who defeated Frieza. Is that true? Whoa. So, hold the fuck up. So, before I get into that line, Jaco's introduction would be so confusing for people who have never read the one-shot manga. And if you guys have never read, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, in 2012 or 2012 or 2013, there was a one-shot that Toriyama created called Jaco the Galactic Patrolman, and it was 13 chapters, with the last chapter having to do with Goku's past on Planet Vegeta with Bardock and his mother, and Raditz and Vegeta and Frieza. It was just like 13 pages. It was Goku leaving Planet Vegeta, coming to Planet Earth, being picked up by and adopted by Grandpa Gohan, right? It was so Jaco the Galactic Patrolman was a 13 chapter one shot, right? And in there, you learn about Jaco the character, but you also learn about Bulma's sister, Tights. This is so confusing for someone who's never read the one-shot manga. So that's the first problem I had with it. The second problem I had with it is, how does Tights know Goku? Let me say the line again. I had an interesting talk with your sister, Tights. She tells me you're buddies with the man who defeated Frieza. Is that true? How does Tights know Goku? Seriously, how? I mean, there's always the off-screen or the offhand chance that off-screen Bulma was talking to Tights wherever she was, considering we never see her in Dragon Ball, and that she was talking about her husband. Oh, Vegeta, he's a Saiyan. Oh, Goku's one of my first friends. We're pretty like I was his first. Like yada yada yada. He defeated Frieza. He saved the world so many times. Yada yada yada. I suppose that's true, but the way like it's being worded here, it insinuates that Tights like on a personal level knows Goku, which is weird. Like she knows that Goku defeated Frieza. You know, that's just weird. Bulma. Bulma then has some like. So Frieza and Jaco have the best dialogue in the movie, but Bulma also has some good lines, and one of those lines shows its way. Shows up here when Jaco's commenting on like time travel because Bulma told that Trunks was her future son killed Frieza, and he came back using time travel, and then Jaco says like time travel is against intergalactic law, and then Bulma says those laws are stupid. I thought that was pretty funny, but anyway, this is like really where my gears starting to grind now, because you know, of course Frieza's power up is just bullshit at this point, but Jaco came to Earth to warn of Frieza's incoming invasion. So as soon as I heard that, I literally paused the movie. And you might as well have like put the dots like next to my head. We never see Frieza's training? Are you serious? Like I don't even know why I'm dude. Are you serious? So this movie is not only going to make me believe that Frieza gets to God mode Goku level in 4 months. They're not even going to show me the training. You expect me to believe that Frieza went to some backwater planet, was punching and kicking air and blasting shit, and that's all he did for 4 months, and then he got to God mode level Goku. Grandpa Gohan Betterson was right. All Frieza had to do was do a couple push-ups, run a couple laps on Namek, and he would have fucked Goku on Namek. He would have beat his ass. Super Saiyan Goku on Namek. So stupid. Like, this 4-month time skip was shown terribly. It's not shown well at all. This is another case of that missing scene jump cut thing that I was talking about earlier, right? Where it felt like scenes were omitted, and that, I was talking about that with Sorbet and Tagoma meeting Pilaf and the trio, right? However, there has been a Q&A with Atsushi Kido, who is, I think he's the producer for Super. I don't know, but he's in some high level position when it comes to the production of Dragon Ball Super, and he was asked, I think, 10 or 15 questions, and I believe the ninth question was, will we see Frieza's training? So there is the offhand chance we're going to be able to see Frieza's training in Dragon Ball Super, and I am praying that's what happens. And I have a lot to say about Dragon Ball Super towards the end of this review, so stick around. Anyway, I just can't believe though, like, for this movie, Toei or Toriyama, whoever wrote this, would have me believe. And I'm going to talk about Toriyama's involvement with the movie as well towards the end. But I can't believe that they, like, either or would have me believe that Frieza's going to get that strong in 4 months without showing me, like, how he does it. Are you fucking serious? Like, do you think, like, I'm an idiot? Like, and to top this all off, why didn't Kinkai or Kaio warn Goku of Frieza? I realize Joji Yanami is 83, and Joji Yanami is the voice actor for Kaio, Kinkai in the Japanese version, and that he's sick. But you need a better explanation for why you don't have Kinkai or Kaio doing that instead of Jaco. Oh man, wow. So at this point, like, I'm like really like I'm just going like, what the fuck is this movie so far? Frieza's going to get strong in 4 months. He's keeping his body. There's just like these weird head scratching scenes that I'm left like wondering like what the importance of the scenes are. They add nothing to the film. This is like pretty bad right now. Like, at this point in the movie, it's already like that bad. Anyway, but even though I'm feeling that, some of the humor that Jaco puts out is pretty fun. Jaco's drawing of Frieza was funny. When Jaco says, "I'm young and smart and do not feel like dying," well, good luck, guys. When he doesn't want to fight Frieza, I was rolling. His dialogue was just like great. Like, even though I think the movie is like pretty bad at this point, Jaco is like probably the best part about the entire movie right now. But then, oh man, then I start to get more angry. Jaco came to Earth to tell them that Frieza is going to be here in an hour. In an hour! Jesus, this 4-month time skip was shown terribly. This is really bad. This is at 21 minutes 31 seconds, like, when he says this. Jesus, man, like Jaco's humor is the only thing that I care about at this point. And my care towards that humor continues after that, because Bulma tries to summon Whis with the strawberry sundae, and then after Jaco says that Frieza is going to be here in an hour, Jaco says so rude because Bulma storms off and she shoves the sundae into Jaco's hands, which is pretty hilarious. So that's it for Jaco and Bulma for now, and then the scene cuts to Krillin. And he's chasing like these robbers, and it's fun. And then he has this fun line: "You just robbed a bank!" Like, I like that. And I also liked how Krillin's ringtone on his phone was if you guys haven't noticed, the ringtone he had, like when he answered his phone, was "We Are," which is the theme song to One Piece, the anime. Which I liked, because Krillin's voice actor in Japanese is the same as Luffy's, the main character of One Piece. So that was pretty cool. But I just like Krillin as a cop. It's nice to see people have jobs, right? But again, more anger. Why in the fuck, after Krillin answered his phone, is Krillin going to get Master Roshi of all people? Master Roshi? Not Gohan, not Goten or Trunks, not Piccolo, Master Roshi. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Master Roshi, but he is not that high in the pecking order anymore. As he should be. He's old and he's a human. Anyway, Krillin then decides to get his hair cut by 18, which was awesome. I loved that. It's such an underrated romance, I think, Krillin and 18. But I also like how the dub acknowledged that 18 was stronger than Krillin, but it is bullshit that she doesn't fight. It is bullshit. I am so like this movie is infuriating me like at every single term. Are you serious? Android 18 is not going to get to... Dude, this would be the perfect opportunity for her to fight. Hell, it would be the perfect opportunity for anyone to fight. Especially because that 1.3 million power level line, 18 would mark the fuck out of Frieza. 1.3 million my fuck... Dude, 18 would beat the shit out of... Hold the anger. Oh man, you guys think I'm angry? Oh my god. Still, I do love how I like that line 18 when Krillin flies off. So, Krillin flies off, but the reason 18 stayed behind was because she had to look after Marin, because Krillin basically said that that's more important, which is total bullshit, because what is she gonna do? Like, she would be more useful, like, fighting against Frieza, because if she doesn't, then everyone is going to die anyway. But she does have a nice line when she says that, oh, Krillin's so cool. I like that. I did like that line. But why is Marin, like, you saw Marin, she's so young. Oh my god, so many fucking inconsistencies and plot holes. It's just... Oh my god, it's fucking me hard. Like, it's... The scene cuts to Frieza overlooking Earth, and, you know, the time skip, like I said, the 4-month time skip was shown, like, pretty terribly, and, Frieza has this interesting line about, Earth's hell. And this is just another head-scratcher. Like, the afterlife is shared by many inhabitants of other planets in the anime, right? But I guess it's not so in the manga. Which I think can actually work, since there are... Which actually works, I think it can work because we've never really seen anyone other than people from Earth in the afterlife. But then again, Kaio and King Kai rules over the North Quadrant of the universe. And Kaio has also said that he just cannot watch over Earth either. Plus, Yema has knowledge of the universe since he sent Vegeta back in his body to fight Boo. So obviously, like, there is some universal level omniscience, intelligence, like, level of intelligence going on in the afterlife. So why is hell just relegated to Earth? That's just like something that's like... It just feels like something like... It's just like so like... It doesn't fit within the story well. I don't think it does. Then we get to Goku and Vegeta training with Whis, finally. And Whis, you know, is making light of them. And Vegeta has this... So, it's cool, like, Goku and Vegeta fighting together and training with Whis, right? But Goku has, like Goku did so... I don't know what it was about Goku in this movie, but his tone of voice was pretty high-pitched, and I don't know why. Like, I didn't get that from Goku in Battle of Gods. You know, I didn't, like... Okay, so I'm just gonna imitate, like, very poorly, but if this is Goku right here in Battle of Gods, then this is Goku right here in Fugatsu no F. Like, I just noticed, like, a jump in pitch for some reason, and I don't know why that happened, but that was very unnatural, and it just didn't sit right with me, and I didn't think that sounded like Goku at all. But anyway, like, this is the first example, like, after Vegeta says, damn, he's just mocking us, right? Goku has a sigh, like, he was like, huh? Like, he has, like, a little, like, surprised little, huh? And, that happens a lot in this movie, and I don't know why. I don't like Goku's sounding like very vulnerable and very vulnerable in this film, and I don't like that, nor do I think that's good. But I do like Goku's outfit and Vegeta's new outfits, though. I just think some of the scenes where the characters' mouths were open, I didn't feel like any sound or any part of their voice needed to be heard for us to feel that the scene was genuine. And Goku sort of like doing like a short little sigh or scream after Vegeta says, "Damn, he's just mocking us," was weird. Um, let me get a drink of water real quick. So anyway, Reese is making light of them, pretty much bitching them around, but another like what the fuck moment happened when Whis grabs their punches, right? So let me paint the scene for you. You guys should probably go back and watch it to see what I'm talking about. But Whis grabs their punches, right? Like that. So Whis like crosses his arms and catches their punches. And damn, I have long ass nails. But he grabs their punches, crossing, and grabs the punches like in his palms, and then pulls them together. So he goes like. So once he does that, Goku and Vegeta hit their heads, right? And Vegeta complains that Goku did it on purpose. Like, even now you have to get in a shot at me, Kakarot. Like, what the fuck are you guys like? And then Goku apologizes. I'm just like, what the fuck are you guys like mental? You just saw Whis catch your punches and hit your heads together. Like he is the reason that happened, and you two are blaming one another. Are you like do you have the mentality of like a fetus? Like how stupid is that? We just saw Whis hit your heads together, and you're blaming one another for that. Anyway, Vegeta then decides to rush Whis alone, and again, the way Goku says "Vegeta, wait!" is so high. Like the pitch of his voice is like so high, and again, that just does not sit right with me. It makes Goku sound too vulnerable. I just don't think that's good portrayal for the character. Again, I love the voice acting in this film, and Sean Schemmel like did do well, but I just think that this was the one flaw in his voice acting. That particular like it seems like he raised the pitch a little bit. To me, that's just me. Anyway, yeah, so the way that he said that was high, and I don't know why, and I didn't mean that for that to rhyme, but Vegeta takes on Whis by himself, and then, Vegeta loses, or he gets, like, knocked out with, like, a little. And then Toei adds in these 3 still shots of Goku just staring and watching. It's just awkward. Like, it's just, like, awkward animation. It's just, like, first of all, Vegeta gets pushed into the river, Goku staring. Vegeta gets knocked out, Goku staring. And then Whis stares at Goku, Goku staring. 3 shots of Goku staring. Just have one, and then have Goku fight Whis on his own. Animation is kind of stiff as well and deliberate. And this is what I was talking about with like the deliberately slowed down animation, which makes everything look kind of bad. Like the animation just was not that good. Like especially here. Anyway, the thing I do like is that Whis' lesson is great. Thinking and not moving. Too much overthinking and moving instinctually on your own, and not moving instinctually on your own, that causes for a loss of combat speed, which is, that's true. I like that lesson. You should be able to think. You should be able to do things like it's second nature, right? Things that you're good at. But then Whis says that this is especially true for Vegeta. Learning how to do this. From what I understood, would make them pretty much unstoppable, because even Beerus hasn't mastered this yet, which is kind of crazy. And the thing I like about the lesson is that it seems like it's a training process rather than a one-time lesson, which I like. Then we get then we get a cringe scene of Frieza stepping in shit, which is not very. That wasn't funny, nor was it well done. And the dub, I just didn't think that was good. I'll have to watch it in the sub to see if it was any better, but I doubt it's going to be. And then we get into the weaknesses of Vegeta and Goku. So Vegeta is too tense, while Goku is too sure of himself, which causes for him to lower his guard. And that's especially true in Goku's case because Goku has been attacked 3 times from behind, behind the back. Frieza twice, Majin Vegeta once. So just to sort of jog you guys' memories and to make you guys remember. Frieza did it twice. So the first time it happened was when Goku told Frieza that there was no point in fighting him anymore on Namek because Frieza's ki was draining too fast, and Goku depowered from Super Saiyan and decided to go home. And that's when the Kienzan, the Destructo Disc that Frieza uses, he throws at Goku, it cuts his cheek, and then Goku gets all mad again. Like that's an example of Goku lowering his guard. The second example would have been when Goku was attacked by Frieza after he gave him energy on Namek, and Frieza used that said energy to blast Goku, to try and blast Goku in the back, and then Goku looks back and says, "You fool!" and then just blasts him into hell, like into the hole. He doesn't kill him, but he does believe he has, right? So that's the second time, and then the third time it was when Majin Vegeta knocked him out during their fight, and that was due to Goku's gullibility. He believed that he was gullible. So it's especially true in Goku's case. With Vegeta, it's kind of hard to see like when he was tense. He does tend to be very haughty and very emotional and very hot-blooded when he fights. So I guess like that was sort of an indicator that he was tense. Anyway, but I'm at 30 minutes and 42 seconds into the movie right now, right? And Goku to me just sounds too high-pitched for me. Like, his voice was never this high-pitched in Kai or in Battle of Gods. He just sounds too excited. Like, when he asks Whis, what does temporal mean? He's like, what does that mean? Like, the way that he says it is just, like, very high-pitched, and it just doesn't sound good to me. But then, the anger is coming back. We're really doing... Goku and Vegeta's relationship. Apparently it's rocky. Whis comments that Goku and Vegeta don't get along very well. Oh my fucking god. Hey guys, guess what? The Potara didn't happen. The Potara didn't happen. Looks like everyone forgot about Goku caring about Vegeta losing his body in the fight against Kid Buu. Remember when Vegeta was trying to buy him the 1 minute so that Goku could gather his strength as a Super Saiyan 3, and Goku showed care for Vegeta then? Looks like everyone forgot about how Goku and Vegeta stuck the thumbs up at one another once Buu was killed. I'm fucking seething at this point, dude. Like, let's do a recap. Frieza keeps his body, which kind of shits all over Vegeta's sacrifice in the Buu arc, right? Frieza is going to get as strong as Goku in 4 months, without no explanation. Tights somehow knows Goku. The animation is not looking very good. There's these weird cutscenes like Shisami sneering at Tagoma, suggesting to send a larger battalion to Earth. More weird scenes with Goku just staring on. Awkward cuts. This is a really bad movie so far. But every time I feel this way, there is some dialogue to help me get over that a little bit. And said thing happens when Whis says, I'll eat it up so it tastes better. So what happens is that we find out that Goku and Vegeta have been coming to this planet to train with Whis in exchange for delicious food. And so, Beerus is awake at this time, and he has this pretty cool feat, if you will, where he sneezes and he lets loose a ki blast, and it blows up, I think, a planet or a sun or something. I don't know. Anyway, and then he says, "Oh, I'll eat pizza." Right? Beerus says, "I'll eat pizza," and then Whis responds, "I'll eat it up so that it tastes better," which is pretty funny. And so, once Beerus finds out Goku and Vegeta have been coming frequently, we finally get to the main meat of the movie. Frieza shows up, blows up North City. Gohan and Piccolo show up. Tien shows up. Krillin and Master Roshi show up, and they begin to fight the 1,000 soldiers. So, according to Volume F, and if you guys don't know what Volume F is, Volume F was a promotional handbook, pamphlet, whatever you want to call it, that was given to the audience, the partygoers, if you will. Not partygoers, what am I saying? The audience that went to the first screening of Fukatsu no F on April 18th, I think it was, or it was March 30th. I don't remember the date. But according to that pamphlet, and the reason it's so important is because it showed like Toriyama and some of the things that he contributed to the movie, right? And I guess just like his overall thought process and story ideas and all that. But according to Volume F, Goten and Trunks were not part of the battle because the others did not want to risk their lives out of recklessness. The in-universe explanation was that Bulma and Gohan felt that Goten and Trunks would do something reckless, like challenge Frieza by themselves. You're worried that Goten and Trunks are going... You're worried... So, let me get this straight. You don't have Goten and Trunks there, but you have fucking... I won't say fucking. You have Master Roshi there, you have Krillin there, and you have Tien there, and you have Piccolo there. And Goten and Trunks, when they fuse into Gotenks, is stronger than all of them. They are 1,000 times more useful than freaking Master Roshi. It seems like I'm picking on Master Roshi, I'm not, but that's the bullshit explanation you're going with. They are 1,000 times more useful than more than half of the people there. You know what a better explanation would have been? Because we see Goten and Trunks at the end of the series, we are kind of hinted at that they've lost interest in fighting and training. And especially true in Goten because Goten is more interested in fucking bitches now. Like he's more interested in getting laid and getting girls. Trunks, on the other hand, is forced into fighting into a world tournament by Vegeta, lest he cut his allowance. That would have been a much better explanation. They've lost interest in training. They sensed that the others were there. They sensed Gohan and Piccolo were there. They assumed they'd take care of it. But no, not even that could have worked. Because Frieza in his first form is so powerful. They should have been able to sense him too, and they should have come anyway. I'm really livid right now. That is terrible. Do you know the missed opportunity you had? Huge missed opportunity for Frieza to meet Mini Goku and Mini Trunks. Would have made for a great comedy. Oh my god. Dude, can you just imagine the reactions that Frieza would have had if he saw Goten and Trunks? The mini versions of the two people who defeated him. One of which who killed him. I can only hope that Goten, like, if they were included, that they would not have remained kids. And I hope that they would have looked taller and more mature had they shown up. And I hope both are true for when Super rewrites the movie. Because, Lord knows, like, this entire fucking movie at this point needs a complete do-over. It needs a do-over. Anyway, Bulma and Bulma and Jaco show up. And Frieza starts shit-talking Frieza, and this is the first time that Bulma has actually seen Frieza. Fun fact about this was that in Toriyama's original script, because he's so forgetful, he assumed that Frieza met Bulma. But Toei and the dub actually corrected that, saying that no, Frieza never met Bulma. Anyway, I just thought that was fun. Bulma shit-talking Frieza was pretty funny. But then they start fighting the 1,000 soldiers. Why is Roshi coordinating like all the action? Like, why was he the one giving advice as to them splitting up? And oh my god, this is really bad. Like, this is really bad. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the fact that we get with that. It's nice to see some secondary characters in action, but this is not the right way to do it. This is really bad. Roshi is the one coordinating the action instead of Gohan and Piccolo. And I forgot about this. Krillin mentions Boo as possible reinforcement along with Gohan. As sort of reinforcements to sort of hold the fort once Goku and Vegeta show up, right? There is no mention of Boo. There is no at least I don't remember any mention of Boo. There is no mention of Boo or what happened to him. No mention of Boo. What the fuck? Where the fuck is Boo? In the manga, apparently, like, there's something about like Boo like sleeping or some shit like that. Like, you can't wake him up out of a nap, which is kind of contradictory considering that one of the chapters was Boo sleeping for 5 seconds in one of the chapters. I'll probably link that in the description box below. Yeah, I probably will do that. But this is like really bad right now. There's bullshit explanations for like why certain fighters are not there. 18 is not fighting despite the fact that she's stronger than Krillin. Goten and Trunks are not there despite the fact because they'll be reckless, yet they're 1,000 times more useful than Roshi or Krillin. Boo is not there for some unexplained reason. It's just bullshit. It's just like really bad. It's just bad. Like, that's just what it is. It's bad. I mean, the action is action. Some of it looks good, some of it looks bad because Toei just, I don't know. Anyway. But it is, I guess, nice to see whatever secondary characters we can see in action. But oh man, this fucking scene. There is a portion where Krillin cuts a cliff with his Kienzan. He cuts a cliff with the Kienzan so that it falls on the soldiers and that apparently defeats them. Are you fucking serious? Do I look like a fucking idiot to you? Krillin is going to use a Kienzan to cut a cliff that somehow messes up the soldiers instead of using the multi-Kienzan that he or Destructo Disc that he used against second form Frieza? Seriously. He does a Kienzan, he cuts a cliff off, and that's supposed to fall on the soldiers and fuck them up. He does that instead of using the multi-Kienzan on the soldiers themselves. Are you retarded? Like, who thought that was a good idea? Anyway, the animation showing the martial arts so far it's pretty good actually. So even with like Jaco, like he does like a Bruce Lee, well actually Jaco has like one terrible like CGI sequence, but I'll talk about that later. Um, Actually, no, I'll talk about that now. There's a terrible CGI sequence with Jaco, where he flips on a branch very slowly, jumps up. Oh my god, I just want to cry right now. This is really bad. Like, this is horrible. This is bad. Like, so anyway, the Z fighters like fucking the 1,000 soldiers. They're fucking them up, right? They like beam the shit out of them like pretty easily. Well, actually, no, they're not beating the shit out of them easily because Krillin is struggling with the soldiers, and I think people were like saying like, why are they struggling with them? I can understand Roshi and Krillin because they've been out of the game and they don't really train anymore. Tien didn't seem like he was having too much trouble. He was just sort of. Tien, Gohan, and Piccolo seemed like they were doing all right, as was Jaco. Certain facial expressions could have suggested otherwise, like when Tien was in the cave and he did the tri-beam, the Kikoho, and then he was like, "Arr!" Like he made like this little like snarl when he saw like more soldiers coming. He should be fucking them up. Anyway, Frieza and Sorbet and Shisami are looking at the Z fighters fucking their soldiers up, and Frieza isn't in the least bit surprised, but he says this comment that just like gnaws. Like he says that they're not intentionally killing the soldiers. He's saying that Gohan's moves are intentionally non-lethal. Okay, fine. You know what? I can understand that someone like Tien would start to fight non-lethally because his character development is about, or his character arc is about him trying to atone for his assassin ways in Dragon Ball. Okay, so I can understand that he wants to kill. Roshi and Krillin, they don't really train anymore. They're not really big time fighters anymore. So I can understand that. Okay, they don't want to kill. Gohan, I can understand that he doesn't want to kill. He just doesn't like fighting, and he's afraid of his own power. Fine. Jaco, we don't know much about yet, but fine. Okay, he doesn't get away with killing. But why in the fuck is Piccolo not killing? Piccolo is going to fight the Frieza soldiers non-lethally. Piccolo, are you serious? Are you fucking you're telling me Piccolo is going to fight all these soldiers non-lethally? It's bullshit. It makes no fucking sense. It's terrible. This movie is just so bad at this point. It's terrible. I like how Frieza, though, notes that Gohan alone should be able to wreck the 1,000 soldiers. It's classic Toriyama, making something intimidating, not intimidating. 1,000 soldiers isn't shit to Gohan. It shouldn't be shit to it shouldn't be shit to Piccolo. Oh my god, this is bad. This is really bad, dude. The fact that someone like Piccolo and Gohan, who are above Namek Arc Frieza level, and they're struggling with soldiers, is Toei should be ashamed of themselves for like writing that. Or I actually know who wrote it, and I'm going to call him out like at the end of this review. This movie is just like really bad at this point. So Frieza knows that Gohan alone could wreck the 1,000 soldiers, but then Frieza says a line that I just want to I want to choke someone like really bad. Frieza he says that Goku didn't finish him off on Namek and he's commenting on like Gohan's non-lethal attacks and saying like, he's soft just like his father, and that Goku didn't kill him on Namek. Are you fucking retarded? Do you have like amnesia or something, Frieza or Toriyama, like whoever it is? Frieza got blasted to hell, like into a hole. by Goku after you attacked him behind his back. The fact that Goku came to the mental, he came to the state of mind, the fortitude. He had the fortitude to kill Frieza. He didn't kill Frieza, but he didn't hold back when firing that last blast at him either. That wasn't due to Goku's forgiveness or his leniency. He blasted your ass into a fucking hole on Namek. That's how he beat you. Oh my god, that line could have been said so much more better. Goku blasted his ass into a hole on Namek with every intention to kill him. He blasted him with every intention to kill him. What the fuck? Are you serious? You're telling me you getting blasted by Goku's blast after you attacked him behind his back, after he says you fool, and you get like pounded into a hole on Namek, that is forgiveness. That is forgiveness, Frieza, really. Really. That's leniency, that's forgiveness, that's mercy. Fuck. Oh my god, this movie, man, it's... fucking bullshit. Awful. Just terrible. Awful. This is bad. This is bad. Oh, but we haven't seen anything yet, guys. Shisami now wants to fight Piccolo. Permission to enter the battle. Okay, fine. Fine. I was thinking he was going to fight Tien or someone, you know? He fights Piccolo. And it's an even battle. How? Seriously. Tell me... Shisami's and Taguma's power levels, or strength levels, whatever you want to call them, were comparable to the Doria's and Zarbon's. It should be Zarbon's because he's the stronger of the two. He's the stronger of the two. How is someone who is at Zarbon level, who's supposedly at Zarbon level, able to fight fucking Piccolo, who is stronger than a regular Super Saiyan, who is on 17 level? Are you kidding me? What the fuck is this shit? This is bad. This is really, really bad. I am aware that 4 months have passed ever since Frieza was revived. But Shisami's not Frieza. Shisami's not Frieza. He's no genius like Frieza, in which his power can increase that drastically. You're telling me someone who's employed by Frieza can fuck with someone stronger than Frieza on Namek? Get that bullshit out of here. Fuck off. Fuck you, man. Terrible. He tanked a fucking Makanko Sappo. He tanked a special beam cannon from Piccolo. A Makanko... Fucking bullshit. It's just bad. It's awful. I can't turn my brain off and just enjoy the film. I cannot do that. I cannot will myself to turn off my brain and just enjoy something for what it is. I cannot do that. I just can't do that. I'm sorry. This is an official part of the Dragon Ball story, where the story has continuity, and there have been a multitude of plot points that go against pre-established rules in said story. Shisami, who is employed by Frieza on Namek, is fucking with someone stronger than said employer. Thankfully, though, this was much better than the spoiler that I read. Because the spoilers that I read made it seem like it made it seem like Piccolo lost that fight. I would have gone batshit crazy because already the story is just like a fucking mess at this point. It's plot hole contradiction central at this point. But if Piccolo would have lost, thankfully he didn't. But at this point, the 1,000 soldiers are pretty much almost. How much time have we been going? Let me see. 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay. At this point, the 1,000 soldiers have pretty much almost all been destroyed, right? Diminished, defeated, beaten, broken, whatever. And I love Jaco's Bruce Lee scream. I love he had this Bruce Lee scream when he was finishing off like one of the soldiers. He was like, "Wah!" See, if there's one bright spot in all this bullshit, it is Jaco. He is amazing. I love fucking. I mean, I loved him in the one shot, but I especially love him in this movie. GOAT. But then bullshit continues, making me more irritable and more angry. Gohan interrupts Piccolo's fight, and Piccolo says, "I had him, Gohan." Okay, fine. All right, fine. So that lessens. Well, it doesn't. It still doesn't lessen Shisami tanking a Makanko Sapo / Special Beam Cannon from Piccolo. But you know, at least Piccolo isn't in dire straits anymore. But Gohan interferes and says, and Piccolo says, "I had him, Gohan." And Gohan replies, "Maybe so, but let's not take any chances." Gohan goes Super Saiyan and knocks out Shisami in one punch, which makes sense. But once again, Toei's fucking it up by bringing in two more fucking. What happened to Gohan's ultimate state? When Gohan, okay, so for Battle of Gods, there was a PV teaser trailer whatever where Gohan went Super Saiyan when he was attacking Beerus, right? Yusuke Watanabe, who was the scriptwriter for the film at that point, was asked by a user on Twitter like why Gohan was a Super Saiyan. Yusuke Watanabe replies, "Don't worry, I don't have any control over the trailers or anything. That was just an editing mistake. He actually is Ultimate Elder Kai Unlock Potential, whatever you want to call that stage in the movie, and we see that he was." So you would think that they would remember that. No! Everyone loves Super Saiyans. Let's make Gohan a Super Saiyan. Yeah! Fucking bullshit. No explanation for why he lost his ultimate state. And here's the other thing. Gohan says, let's not take any chances. If you didn't want to take any chances, why the fuck did you not go Super Saiyan from the beginning? Are you retarded? Who the fuck thought of the script? 47 minutes 26. Dude, this happens 47 minutes 26 seconds into the movie. I'm livid at this point. I'm angry. Oh my god. The only thing that is saving this film right now. The story is bullshit, first of all. The only thing that is saving this film. The only thing is the humor and the dialogue, primarily because of Frieza and Jaco. Man, oh my god. This movie just sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It's just bad. Frieza starts approaching and he kills his men because they all failed against the Z fighters. They dodge it. Roshi has a pretty funny, has a somewhat funny line. Geez, I'm glad I don't work for him. It's pretty funny. What else? What else is funny is Jaco like backing away when Frieza starts approaching them. That was pretty funny. He also has another. He has a gold line of dialogue. We have a strict policy against suicide missions. That was pretty funny. But now they have to wait for Goku and Vegeta to show up. And one thing that I noticed at this point was that Frieza keeps talking to the Z fighters like Gohan and Krillin indirectly. So he says like Goku's son, like so he would be in front of Gohan, but he wouldn't address Gohan as like, "Oh, you're Gohan. Oh, it's you." Oh, instead he would address them like, "Oh, Goku's son. I remember fighting him on Planet Namek." Or he would look at Krillin and he would be like, "Oh, that's the little bald one." Instead of saying like, "You, Krillin," you know, like he doesn't address them directly. He addresses them indirectly, despite them standing right in front of him. And I don't. It's not. That's not even like really a problem. Oh my God, I have way bigger problems with this film than just that. But it's just weird that I think that he's not addressing them directly when they're standing like right in front of him. However, I think that this is due to the nature of mouth flaps and dubbing when it comes to anime, so maybe Funimation didn't have much of a choice. Fine, that's fair, that's fair. And again, I'm not mad at this movie because of Funimation and the dubbing. I'm mad at Toei and depending on what Toriyama wrote for the bad animation and the bad story. Anyway, Frieza approaches them, KOs Gohan with one punch, and I don't get why fans were like so mad or like oh, Gohan lost to Frieza. Of course he lost to Frieza, you fucking idiots. Frieza is the main villain of the fucking film. Did you expect Gohan to beat Frieza? Is that what you expected? If there is a reason to be mad, it's because of Frieza gloating. Frieza starts to gloat over KOing Gohan in his base state, but then says Super Saiyans are no longer a match for him. He didn't KO Gohan in his Super Saiyan state. He KO'd him in his fucking base state. And if he would have done that to Super Saiyan Gohan, when he previously had that whole 1.3 power level million, oh fuck, I would have fucked someone up, dude. Like, I am so glad that he didn't do that to Super Saiyan Gohan because Frieza's power up is already infuriating as it is. But as for Gohan as to like why like the way he is now, you dumb motherfuckers should not be getting mad over that. It's no different than what happened after Cell. If you're expecting Gohan to train anymore, you're delusional. I mean, well, you're not delusional. I think there is one possible avenue in which Toriyama can make Gohan train again, but seeing Gohan in a tracksuit with the glasses is no different than him after the Buu arc or after the androids arc. It's nothing different. So the fact that you guys are bitching even more just proves you guys are idiots. So you guys can fuck off. But Frieza's infuriating. Like the power is just infuriating. The dialogue about him KOing Gohan in his base state when he wasn't even a Super Saiyan, and saying Frieza saying, "Oh, Super Saiyans are no longer a match for me." Like, bitch, are you fucking serious? You didn't defeat a Super Saiyan. You just beat someone in their base state. Fuck you with your fucking 1.3 million power level bullshit ass statement. But what something that cool that came out of this scene was Piccolo starting Gohan's heart again. Many people assume Gohan died. Gohan didn't die. His heart stopped for like a minute. It's like the equivalent of like when you get a heart attack, right? heart stops for a couple seconds or a couple. I don't even know if what I'm saying is true or not, but you guys know what I mean. And that key, that Piccolo using key to start his heart again, reminded me of Dragon Ball Evolution, because that's what I need to. That's what I needed to be reminded of again. Fucking Dragon Ball Evolution. That moment was cool. Piccolo starting Gohan's heart again with the key. That was cool. The scene cuts back to Goku and Vegeta training with Whis, and Beerus is eating pizza, and then he's asking what the white gooey substance on top is, and then Vegeta says in a pretty funny, weird sounding, unintentional, intentional, I don't know, but a pretty hilarious way, it's cheese. Like the way that he says it makes people laugh. You know, it made me laugh. I was laughing for like 5 minutes, so that was funny. And then they get informed that Frieza's on Earth. I like how they acknowledge the fact that the instant transmission, the Shinkanito, whatever you want to call it, was needed to find a key signal. Because that sort of handicap has not been acknowledged. Well, actually, no, it was acknowledged when Goku and Vegeta were running away from Boo's blast that destroyed Earth at the end of the Majin Buu arc. But I don't know. I just like the fact that they, or Toei, I just like the fact that they acknowledged it again, I guess you can say. But then, my appreciation for that fact is once again diminished. Goku holding hands with Vegeta was so fucking forced. Just have Vegeta hold onto Goku's sleeve or touch his back like how Beerus does with Whis, instead of trying to force some comedic moment. It's not funny. I feel like this is Toriyama, or if Toriyama scripted that, that's Toei, Yamamuro, Toriyama, whoever, just like appealing to the yaoi fangirls or fanboys, whatever, man. It's tasteless, and it's just doesn't flow naturally, and it's just like an awkward scene. Not too bad, but it could have been done better. So then Goku and Vegeta show up. Piccolo then says it was about 6 months ago that the Dragon Balls were used, so it seems like Frieza says 4 months, but that was changed to 6 months, which, it makes Frieza's power-up less bullshit, I suppose. It's still bullshit, though, but less bullshit, because it took more time. And we get one of the best parts of the movie, as soon as Piccolo tells Goku, like, what happened. You know, like how Frieza was revived with Earth's Dragon Balls. Frieza, one of the best moments in the movie happens now, because Frieza starts to describe hell. I was serenaded by teddy bears. That was amazing to listen to. Another interesting thing that I like about that scene was that I also loved how he hated Goku for making him put in effort. And it's so true, because, again, like I was saying before, Frieza has a sort of laziness to his character. He has his henchmen do all the stuff on Namek. He's never trained a day in his life, and he hates Goku for making him put in effort. So there is a lazy nature, character trait, characteristic to Frieza, which I thought was pretty. It was just stronger characterization for Frieza because of that. So Frieza goes into his final form, or no, not his final form, his fourth form. And the fight starts. And when the fight starts and Goku hits Frieza into the rocks, animation just goes to shit. It's just really bad. Goku versus Frieza when the screen goes white and the rocks start flying. Jesus, that animation is horrible and stiff. Like, I am going to reenact their fighting. Ready? This is Goku. This is Frieza. Instead of going like, they're going like. be slow, too slow. It's not like, and again, it's not like DBZ action can be like it can be fast paced and it can be slow, but the action in this was too slow. There was no impact. It just looked bad, man. It's horrible and it's stiff. But Goku's high pitch, his pitch of tone, went down when he started to talk with Frieza, started to get a little more serious. And again, I was only complaining about the high pitched tone when it was Goku talking normally. He just sounded too excited, and there is this part of the fight where Frieza flies into the sky. Right? It's before it's when he flies into the sky, and then Goku he goes like, huh? Like he has like this really like vulnerable sounding high pitched like huh, like a huh, when he sees Frieza fly into the sky. Like, and it's just like this is a little small detail that I noticed, and something that shouldn't have been there in my opinion. And I know it's making me seem like Sean Schimmel did not do a good job. He did a great job with Goku. This is one of Kai, Battle of the Gods, and this movie. He did well, like in all of them, as Goku and as King Kai. Even though King Kai isn't in this movie, but so the fight's not very well drawn. So that's bad. But I'm not liking how Goku's overconfidence is shown. Goku's overconfidence is his tendency to be so sure that his plans can work. Like, Goku isn't an arrogant or a cocky character. Like, he doesn't talk shit to an opponent unless, of course, he's driven to rage, like how he was as a Super Saiyan on Namek when he was embarrassing Frieza. But he usually doesn't talk shit, or he's not that arrogant about it. Generally speaking, there is that one case with Oob, and that was intentional to get him to at the end of the series, with Oob, and that was to get him to show out his real, true, hidden power. But Goku's overconfidence is not like arrogance or cockiness. It's his surety or his belief. Let me give you an example. What I'm about to show you is a panel of Goku fighting Kid Buu, and this is how this is how Goku's overconfident, not his arrogance or his cockiness, his overconfidence, gullibility, whatever you want to call it, should have been shown. And I'm going to point to the panel, and I'll read it aloud out loud for you. The Potara could have done it. Maybe I tried to act too cool, but I thought this would be better. That is how Goku's overconfidence should be shown, and I just noticed my screen is not yellow anymore for some reason. So it's not the lighting, it's something wrong with the screen. Anyway. But that is how Goku's overconfidence should be shown. Not his arrogance, not his cockiness, his overconfidence, his surety that things will work out the way that he intends it for it to work out. Him entrusting Buu to Goten and Trunks as Gotenks is an example of that. Him having Cell fight, or him having Gohan fight Cell, even though he didn't have much of a chance, but not realizing that Gohan didn't like fighting. That would be an example. Those are examples of Goku's overconfidence. But he's not an arrogant or a cocky character. And I explained about his lowering guard and gullibility flaw earlier. So, but I'm not liking like when Goku said, like when Frieza said, "Oh, Goku," or like our our Saiyan is wearing higher breeches now, it seems, or something like that, and then Goku goes like, "It's right." Mm. It's good. It's not bad, but it's not good either. You know, I felt like there would have been and that's not the dubber's fault. It's Toei. It's the sub fault, or whoever made that line of dialogue. But yeah, Goku's fighting Frieza, the base armor Frieza, and then what happens is Frieza teleports behind Goku, and that's another case of the whole Goku sounding vulnerable, like 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 he's making like those sounds, and it's just making him sound like so vulnerable, and it's just not his character, and it's not good. Like, it shouldn't happen. It should be a little more subdued. It should be like, like that, right? It shouldn't sound like so like it like caught him off guard like so much. But Frieza shows up behind Goku, charges the blast, charges like this pink energy blast and ki blast, and Goku counters with the Kamehameha. And that's cool. That's cool. Like, I liked it. I liked it. Can't even talk right. Been talking for close to 2 hours now, but Goku counters with the Kamehameha, repels the blast. But why the fuck was this shot of Gohan, Piccolo, and Krillin just going like, oh, like they were staring at odd Frieza's key ball, like, oh, like, are you fucking serious? Piccolo just noted that Goku has not taken a blow from Frieza, and yet that key ball, oh my god, just so many awkward animation cuts, man. Just so many awkwardly put in scenes. It's just so bad, man. And now the bullshit starts to pile up. Goku, so after he repels Frieza's pink energy ki blast with the Kamehameha, he's fighting Frieza up in the air above the clouds. Vegeta decides to interfere. And then Vegeta says one of the most head-scratching, mind-baffling things, whatever. He says, "This has gone on far enough. You said that we can take turns." Excuse me? I watched the part where Goku was using instant transmission, teleport to Earth, from there, from point A to point B, when Vegeta just started attacking Goku, right? And Vegeta's attacking Goku because apparently they promised to switch out, like there were turns, right? They were supposed to take turns. That's just some bullshit Toei came up with. Like, no line like that was ever said. I could be wrong about that. Feel free to shit on me all over the comments. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong and just say, like, oh no, they did say that. But no line between Vegeta and Goku was ever said about taking turns, at least as far as I remember. I rewatched that part like 3 times. And it might be because I might not have been paying attention because I was already angry with the film as it was. So again, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but no line was ever said that Vegeta would take turns with Goku. So Vegeta attacking Goku for no reason is pretty much a bullshit plot point in the entire fucking movie. It's bullshit. It's bad. It's horseshit, rat shit, cow shit, cum stain. Like it's pretty fucking bad. It's just terrible. The animation when Vegeta starts to fight Goku before Frieza interrupts is pretty fucking bad too. It's once again, it's not even well animated. This is really bad. This is just bad. It's trash. It's trash. It's trash. Seriously, when did Goku ever promise Vegeta to this is like some 5th grade fucking script that I came up with like in English class, like back in elementary school. Then Blue Super Saiyan versus Golden Frieza starts. And now Goku's tone of voice in Super Saiyan, as I'm going to call it, even though Saiyan is actually Saiyan is actually the correct pronunciation of what we as Funimationers, Englishers, English speakers, whatever you want to call it. You know, we say Saiyan, but the correct pronunciation should be Saiyan. But I'm not saying Saiyan because of that. I'm saying Saiyan because of the color Saiyan. Cyan. The blue color. I'm talking about Goku's blue hair. And, you know, people were bitching about, like, Golden Frieza, it's just a color swap. Goku Blue Super Saiyan is a color swap. Super Saiyan God, red hair is a color swap. You need to shut the fuck up and realize that every Saiyan transformation after Frieza is a color swap. Vegeta Super Saiyan is a color swap. Vegeta Super Saiyan 2 is a color swap. Gohan during the Cell games, when he goes Super Saiyan, is a color swap. Gotenks when he goes Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 is a color swap. Gohan when he goes Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 in the Buu arc is a color swap. When he goes Ultimate, it's a color swap. So shut the fuck up about color swap. We've been getting that since 1990. When did the Androids arc start? 1992 or 3 or something. Shut the fuck up about color swap. You're being retarded. You're being stupid. As for me, I actually I like the Golden Frieza. I like the look. We already know why Toriyama decided not to go overly flashy, because strong beings to him should not that have. They should be simple looking, which I agree with, and feel free to actually no, please don't argue with me about the strongest forms of Buu, because I'm not in the mood. Actually, you can't, because I'm talking to a fucking camera. But Frieza in his final form is sleek, smaller than all of his other forms, skinnier. Cell is the same way. Buu is the same way with the Kid Buu form. Beerus is intentionally skinny. Super Saiyan God is intentionally skinny too. All the big, burly, muscular motherfuckers get their ass kicked. But yeah, Goku's tone of voice when he turns into Super Saiyan is pretty cool. And I actually might like the blue hair more than the gold hair now. I'm serious. I actually might. And that might be because of the way the blue merges with Goku's wristbands, the belt. And by the way, Goku's shoes are fucking baller. Okay? His shoe game is on point. It might be because of how the light blue, like, sort of corresponds or sort of looks with everything else, but I'll talk about like why he decided to make it blue at the end of the review. But Frieza's blood curdling scream was incredible when he transformed into Golden Frieza. And I also like how he noted that Golden Frieza wasn't a good name, which is something I said. I said, like, Golden Frieza sounds like some sort of name that you'd find like on a Hasbro toy or something, you know? Golden Frieza doesn't sound very good, but I like how, like, that is touched upon it, like, in the script. It's the same thing with Super Saiyan God in Battle of Gods. We said, like, oh, that's an overly grandiose name, right? It is an overly grandiose name, because it didn't even beat Beerus at the end of the movie. It is strong, but it didn't beat Beerus or Whis. And it can't beat Whis. So the naming, and even the blue-haired form, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, if people are complaining, like, it's a bad name because it's just bad, well, that's kind of the point, like with Golden Frieza and with Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan is supposed to be like this overly exaggerated name. And as we will soon find out, this form isn't even stronger than Golden Frieza. Golden Frieza's power up is just bullshit. It's just immense. It's nuts. But it couldn't be. It could have been so much more better. Golden Frieza, the level of strength that he got, if there was a more concrete explanation. And I am praying so hard that in Super that first I'm praying that we get to see Frieza's training. But I'm also praying that it has something to do with Champa and female Whis. Because that is the only way that this immense power-up is going to make any sense. It's very weird that Frieza's golden form has nothing to do with God Ki. I thought that. I mean, and he has like I love Golden Frieza's aura. I love auras in the Dragon Ball series, and Golden Frieza has got to be one of my favorite. Just looks so awesome with the fire and the orange and the red. Just looks awesome. It really does. But then he says a cringeworthy line. This is going to be quite the epic battle, my old nemesis. Oh my god, dude. I felt like I was back in 2001 when I was watching Dragon Ball Z on like the Funimation dub. That old Funimation dub of Z on Toonami. When I heard that line, I was like, oh my god, that was a bad line. I felt, oh, that was terrible. That was really a bad line. I cringed at that. I felt like I was watching Dragon Ball Z back on Toonami, like back when I was in 4th grade and 3rd grade. But again, like everything else Funimation did, like in terms of voice acting and scripting, was well done. It was just Sean Schemmel's tendency to make Goku sound a little too high pitched, and that one line that really just kind of bugged me. But everything else I loved. You know, everyone did well for in terms of voice acting, in terms of making the character sound good and emoting well and acting well. Like everyone did well. Sean Schemmel's Goku did well. Chris Sabat's Vegeta and Piccolo did well. Chris Ayers' Frieza did exceptionally well. Jaco was incredible. Todd Haberkorn, incredible. Monica Rial's Bulma, incredible. What I am getting at in this movie is the shit story, not the voice acting or the directing. It's the story. Fucking Toei and Toriyama or whoever wrote it. It's just bad. The shot of Frieza's face right before Goku rushes him in the new blue form is pretty well drawn, I would say. It's like it's when the lightning. You guys know what I'm talking about. He's looking like fucking Thanos there. It was pretty cool. And that's how Frieza does look like Thanos. Like people say the whole Lakers thing, which is funny, but he looks like Thanos, which I guess I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it was pretty funny. I know why Toriyama decided to go with gold for Frieza, which I'll talk about at the end of the review, but the purple I felt like I don't know. He just looks like Thanos, and I like that. There was one shot that I really liked. It was when it was zooming in on their faces, on Goku's and Vegeta's faces, when the lightning was striking in the background. But you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure. So the fight starts. The CGI is pretty fucking bad. And the fight's cool. It's cool, and then Beerus shows up. CGI is fucking woke, okay? It's really bad. And if you guys don't know what woke means, worst of all time. It's fucking woke. It's really it's so bad. It's just blech. And so Beerus and Whis show up. And he asked for the sundae, and there was just like a slight animation error that I noticed. Beerus' face when it switches to Bulma describing the sundae and how it's in Jaco's ship, Beerus' face is actually already peeved at that point. That was just like a small animation error that I noted, but Beerus threatening to kill Bulma and the planet if he didn't get it for him was pretty funny. A slight animation mistake, but it's just something I noticed. And Golden Frieza is actually stronger than Blue Super Saiyan Goku, which is and which is nuts, but still not worth what it could be thanks to an insufficient and somewhat pretty bad explanation. Again, Frieza is a smart character, as we'll soon find out, but the power-up could have been so much more better if it showed Frieza's training and how he trained, and if it made it believable. Frieza training for 4 or now 6 months, thanks to Piccolo. Frieza training for 6 months, 4 or 6 months, whatever it was, and catching up to God Mode Goku is not believable. I don't care how. Anyway, one of my favorite moments in the movie happens. Beerus is fiddling around with one of the berries in the sundae, and he says this reminds him of the brains of a toad on planet Manu. And if you guys don't know, he says Manu, but it's in the Japanese version it's pronounced Manu, and my name is Manu, so I appreciate it. Like it's a shit movie, but I'm immortalized. And I don't say that arrogantly or conceitedly or cockily, if that's even a word, but I appreciate the fact that my name is now part of Dragon Ball canon lore, so I was really appreciative of that, even though the rest of the movie was shit, but I was, besides Jaco, but that was pretty, I was appreciative of that. So Goku admits that he's somewhat losing to Frieza, and Frieza's increase in strength compared to Goku's lengthy journey all these years is the point behind the power-up. Which is fine, but it needs a more sensible explanation. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Frieza getting this strong in 6 months compared to Goku's years of getting that strong is the point behind Frieza's power-up, golden form, but the explanation needs to be better. You cannot have me believe that Frieza is going to train for 6 months on some backwater planet, blasting shit, punching air, kicking air, doing all the shit, and then getting to God Mode level Goku in 6 months' time. You're not going to convince me that that is a sensible explanation. You're not. You're fucking fooling yourself. You're an idiot if you think that's okay. I'm just really mad. This is canon too. That's the worst part, dude. Or girl. But another humorous moment. Everyone slides next to Beerus when he says he'll save them as long as there's delicious food, and that's when Frieza starts to notice Beerus, and Beerus says that he won't interfere in Frieza's revenge. I like how Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, Jaco, Roshi, Tien, they all slide next to Beerus when he says that he'll save them as long as there's good food. That was the funniest moment in the movie so far. That was by far the funniest moment. Jaco asking for a picture was pretty funny as hell. So now the film is starting to get just a little bit better. It's starting to get a little bit better from that point on, because now we get an explanation of how Frieza's one-track mindedness and his impatience got him here. So what I mean by that is that Goku and Vegeta notice Golden Frieza's flaw, okay? And the flaw is that it's similar to his 100% form on Namek. Frieza was so focused on revenge and killing Goku and Future Trunks, that as soon as he gained that form, he came to Earth seeking revenge. Whereas what he should have done is get used to that form and made sure and realized how to regulate it. You know, he should have realized how to regulate the ki. So it's sort of like in a way, Kaioken, it's like Super Saiyan 3 with Goku and Gotenks in the Buu arc. It's like the 100% thing. It's like the 100% form. Frieza's 100% form on Namek when he was losing ki. It's similar to that. And then Frieza makes the ultimatum that he's going to try and kill Goku as quickly as possible. Okay? Fine, that's fine. And then, this is why I say the film starts to get a little better. Goku is now starting to run away, which is a good tactic that's not usually seen in legitimate Dragon Ball Z fights. I mean, sure, we've seen Vegeta ditching Goku in the Namek arc when Ginyu and Jace showed up, right? When Ginyu started to first fight Goku, Vegeta ditched him. Vegeta tried to run away against Frieza in his second form when Piccolo was fighting him. So, but this is the first time that we've seen running away and hiding in a legitimate Dragon Ball Z fight. Actually, scratch that. It's not the first time. It's the second time, because Gohan did the same against Buu when Buu absorbed Gotenks and Piccolo. But yeah, I like the tactic of Goku running away. It kind of reminds me also of Killua. If you guys watch Hunter x Hunter, KOing Gohan and running away from Pito, and leaving Kite there, to fight Pito, and obviously, actually I'm not going to spoil that part, but yeah, so Goku's running away. The shot of Goku and Frieza flying over like the ocean, over the water, and then you see like water streaks being left behind. That was cool. The CGI is really bad in this fight. It's really bad in this fight, but so Goku keeps running away to a point where Frieza loses so much ki that his attacks no longer start to have an effect on Goku. And my favorite moment of the movie happens at that point. He does the 1-inch punch. I lost my shit. I started fanboying. You see, because at this point I was livid, seething, angry, frustrated, heartbroken, sad. All these different emotions that such a shit film was like being put out. Oh, I won't say such a shit film. I mean, the humor and the dialogue and the OST are saving it at this point. And everyone is in character, so I guess that's okay too. But that 1-inch punch, really, so, once that 1-inch punch happened, I was really happy, I was legitimately happy. I mean, of course I was happy because of Jaco and, other things, but that 1-inch punch was probably my favorite moment in the entire movie. I mean, I liked Planet Manu, I liked Vegeta's It's Cheese, I liked Jaco and his funny dialogue, I liked Frieza's I was serenaded by teddy bears. But that 1-inch punch was probably my favorite moment in the entire series. Or, no, sorry, not the entire series, the entire movie, excuse me. And you want to know why? Because I like martial arts, I like Bruce Lee. And the 1-inch punch was a homage to Bruce Lee. Because Bruce Lee was the one who did the 1-inch punch to begin with. Look it up on YouTube, Bruce Lee 1-inch punch. And so, Goku finally fired, well, not finally, actually. I think, yeah, that's the first Kamehameha that he fires at Frieza. And the fight continues, and then it gets to the point where Frieza goes like, "Damn you, why?" And that was amazing, like just the voice acting. The animation with the water like swirling around in a circle, that was amazing. It breaking holes in Frieza's ship, that was pretty cool. Goku just looking on like with the stoic face, that was awesome. But then we get to the most bullshit, fucking retarded. What were they thinking? We get to the most bullshit moment, not just in the movie, but in the entirety of Dragon Ball. This might even be worse than Broly losing to fucking water. I'm serious. This might be worse than Broly losing to fucking water in the third Broly movie. It's honestly that bad. Frieza is laying there defeated because his ki ran out too fast, right?
And Goku is just looking on. And Sorbet shoots him right through the heart with the fucking ring ray rifle. And Goku depowers from that. When I first heard about this scene, I thought it could have gone like a little better, okay? Because if you guys have read the Revival of F manga, chapter 2, when Goku and Vegeta were training with Whis, right? Whis was explaining Goku's weakness to him, or his flaw as a fighter, was that he tends to lower his guard, and that he tends to, when he tends to lower his guard, there is no ki in his body. Like there's no like ki like flowing through his body. He's just empty. And so when you do that, powerful bodies can be felled by even the weakest of attacks, right? But that fucking statement was not in the movie. Fucking Goku as a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is shot in the heart by a fucking ring ray gun with his guard down. Unless the no key statement happens in the subbed version of the movie, which begs the question: if you're in Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, how do you have no ki in your body? How does that work? This moment literally makes no sense. We see fucking Goku before he makes his famous "I am" speech, which is pretty bad in the old dub. But oh my god, we see Goku before he makes his iconic speech against Frieza. You know, the whole "I am the light in the darkness, I am truth, like I am all of this," like that fucking stupid ass uncharacteristic of Goku's speech in the old dub, which was changed for the better in Kai, and thankfully and thank God, and I appreciate them for that they got it right with Kai. I am the Super Saiyan Son Goku. Before he made that iconic speech, Frieza hit him in the chin with the death beam. Are you fucking kidding me right now? He got hit in the chin with the death beam and went like that, like a badass. Goku with his finger blocked Trunks' sword that cut Frieza in half. Goku stopped a Kamehameha that he fired by himself. On Kaio's planet, on Kengai's planet. In fucking Battle of Gods. How the fuck does a fucking ray gun, a ring ray gun, make any sense? Are you serious? What the fuck? Dude, a ray gun, a ray rifle, a fucking green... I like the Green Lantern, but a Green Lantern-esque ray gun through the heart. That's how Goku loses. But the bullshit doesn't stop just there. That is... First of all, defeat is bullshit, because any attack like that should just, like, glance off him, right? Right? There was... Dude... Earlier in the movie, and later in the movie, there are way better examples of attacks that catch, not only Goku, but attacks that catch characters off guard. Remember when Goku and Frieza were underwater when they were fighting, in this movie? So, not when Goku fired the two Kamehamehas in the Namek arc. I'm talking about this movie, when Golden Frieza and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku were underwater, and Frieza had his tail wrapped around Goku's leg, and Goku started stamping Frieza's chest. Right? There was an attack that Frieza used. He blasted Goku right in the face, and Goku was unaffected by that. Right? And then he powered up, and then he came out of the water, right? They came out of the water. And then, so yeah, like, that Ki Blast to Goku's face was a much better example of Goku having his guard down than what happened here with this bullshit with the fucking Ray Ring gun. See, that's the best part. This doesn't even explain Goku's flaw as a fighter. You know, this is the you. Let me paint a picture for you. Let's say okay. Let's say I'm like boxing like someone who doesn't like me. Okay. And let's just say, we're boxing, and somehow through my skinniness or somehow, like, I'm not very liable to win fights because I'm very skinny, but let's just say I win somehow, right? And this dude is on the ground. And the whole crowd is, like, cheering, watching me, right? This motherfucker in the crowd pulls out a gun on me and shoots me in the heart. And I'm just like, and then I'm just, like, dying, like, on the ground. Is that a good example of me, like, having my guard down? That's not a good example. This is a cheap shot. This is a sucker punch. This is literally what we... Oh. This is so fucking stupid. This is literally the worst moment in Dragon Ball history, period. A laser gun. A laser gun. That doesn't even illustrate Goku's flaw correctly. You know what did illustrate his tendency to lower his guard correctly? Him leaving Frieza. Him saying that Frieza is not worth killing or defeating, so he leaves. D powers from Super Saiyan. Frieza takes a hands on, cuts his cheek. That is a good example of Goku having his guard down, attacking him behind his back. Another good example is Goku giving Frieza ki. And then Frieza using said ki to launch a desperation final attack at him, only for Goku to Goku to fire back with a ki blast of his own and supposedly kill Frieza. The best example of Goku having his guard down is believing that is convincing Majin Vegeta for them to go ahead and fight Fat Boo, him reaching into his pocket to bring out a Senzu Bean, only for Majin Vegeta to knock him out. That would be a good example of Goku lowering his guard in the middle of a fight. Goku staring at Frieza, staring over him, waiting for him to leave so that he can go and fight another day, like how he did with Piccolo and Vegeta. Which is good characterization for Goku, by the way, but... And then getting shot in the heart by some random... Dude, that's like me saying, like, me walking in the desert and then me getting sniped by some sniper. Like, just some random sniper. That's like me saying, apparently my guard is down if that happens. Fucking bullshit. This is the most bullshit, worst scene in Dragon Ball Z history. Not just Dragon Ball Z history, Dragon Ball history, period. And Joey should feel ashamed of themselves. I don't know who wrote that scene. Whoever wrote it and whoever animated it the way that it happened should feel ashamed of themselves. That was literal shit. And to even make it more worse, the position of Sorbet when he shot Goku, I'm just like, oh my god, this is terrible. This is fucking bullshit. This is trash, garbage, el garbaggio. This is bad. I might as well have whacked off to a porn film instead of watch this shit. Seriously. I'm gonna reenact the scene for you. Ready? This is Frieza. This is old. You guys can't even see. This Nike box. This is the boulder Sorbet was hiding behind. This is Goku, right? I don't know if you guys can hear me, right? You guys can't even see shit. Fuck, what am I doing? Sorbet was hiding right behind that orange. Can you guys even see me? Sorbet. Oh, you guys can't even see shit. What am I doing? Okay. Okay, you see that orange box? I'm gonna put my finger to it. Okay, yeah, right there. That orange box, that Nike box, that's going to represent the boulder Sorbet was behind. That comforter, that brown shit. Um, this is Frieza. I don't know. This is Goku. This motherfucker. These motherfucking animators thought it was good. It would work within story logic for Sorbet to hide behind the boulder and fire at Goku right in front of him. This motherfucker was right in front of him. In front of him. In front of him. In front of him. Garbage scene. Trash shit. Fucking bad movie. Terrible. Just bullshit feat. Didn't really show Goku's flaw as a fighter correctly. Didn't explain pretty well. And then you know you have like all of these people saying, yeah, Goku let his guard down. Didn't let his fucking guard down. He was cheap shotted. He was cheap shotted and sucker punched. It's no difference than someone in a boxing match, like someone going and shooting the victor. So bad. It's not a good explanation of why his defense was down. It's a bullshit feat. A ray rifle should never hurt Goku, considering Goku has taken not just Goku, any character. Any character. This man. Oh my god. I have to. Bullshit feat. Poor representation of Goku's flaw. And then you have this bullshit. Firing right in front of him. The most garbage scene ever. That might even be worse than Broly turning into water. Or losing to water at the end of the third Broly movie. But the bullshit doesn't end there. You thought the bullshit ended there? Nope. The bullshit did not end there. Frieza offering Vegeta to kill Goku. Frieza offering Vegeta to kill Goku. Did anyone think that was going to happen? Because if you do, you need to go ahead, reevaluate yourself. Okay, actually no, this is fucking Dragon Ball Z. I shouldn't take it that far. You need to go back and rewatch the series. Or reread the series. Everyone and their mother knew Vegeta was not going to kill Goku. But that's not the worst part. Well, I mean, it's pretty bad that the film was playing like. Here, you know what? I'm going to reiterate. I'm going to reiterate. I'm going to reiterate the OST that they used. Okay, when Vegeta was contemplating like what his decision was going to be. Ready? It was like this little like supposedly like dramatic like eerie like tone as though Vegeta was actually going to do it. Everyone knew it was not going to happen. Everyone knew that was.
But you know what the other bad part about that whole scene was? Frieza has been pretty in character so far, right? He's been pretty well. He's been, everything that we expect out of Frieza is just, it's things we expect out of the character. But giving up your personal vengeance to kill Goku to Vegeta. So let me get this straight. Whoever wrote this movie, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't necessarily think it was wholly Toriyama at the end, because he's credited with the script. But you're telling me Frieza, all the shit that he's been talking this movie. Oh, I hate Goku because he bested me and he is a simian Saiyan filled monkey. Oh, I hate Goku because he sent me to hell and I was serenaded by teddy bears. You've been talking all this shit about how Goku sickens you. You hate him. You detest him. You loathe him. And you are going to give up your chance to personally blast Goku to kill him to Vegeta? Why would you give that to anyone? Dude, I guarantee you, if a moment like this had happened, say like in the manga, nothing like this would have ever happened. Nothing like this. Frieza is not the character to give up his personal vengeance to some guy who he killed on Namek, some guy who betrayed him. Are you fucking kidding me? He was so Frieza was so enamored by Vegeta's supposed loyalty to him when he attacked Goku when they were fighting in midair or above the clouds. He was so enamored by that loyalty that or by that action that he thought that Vegeta was actually loyal to him. And so to sort of make it interesting, I'm going to have Vegeta go ahead and do it instead. Are you fucking kidding me? Everyone knows. For God's sake, everyone knows that was not going to happen. That was shit writing. It's awful. It's bad. It's fuck. Who the fuck thought they were that's so bad. It's terrible. Frieza talking all this shit. I hate Goku, I loathe him. And he's going to give it up to fucking... Jeez, I don't think I've ever felt so infuriated like over... Oh my god, that was just bad, man. The laser rifle. Not showing Goku's flaw correctly. The position of Sorbet when he shot that shit. Frieza giving it up, giving his chance to kill Goku to Vegeta. For some unexplained reason, to make it interesting. To the film actually... 5! How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up? How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you go from such a good film in Battle of Gods to this? This is bad. This is terrible. This is horseshit. This is so goddamn bad. It's awful. Fuck, man. Stupid bullshit, dog. Fuck. The bullshit continues after this. Unfortunately, but fortunately, it's nowhere near as high as this. This was just the worst moment. This is the fucking laser rifle. Are you kidding? A fucking laser rifle and then Frieza and the film. Get any more generic and any more like stereotypical? Like everyone. Oh my god. This whole Goku and Vegeta bicker thing in the relationship. during their relationship is such bullshit after Boo. It's really bad. I hate it. It's god awful. Everyone forgets like Vegeta and Goku actually became friends at the end of the after they killed Boo. Goku actually showed care for Vegeta, didn't hate him anymore. Goku didn't hate Vegeta anymore after he buried him on Namek. But oh no, people forget about that. How the fuck do you forget about that if this is Frieza coming back in the Namek arc and you forget that Goku does not hate Vegeta anymore? To be fair to them, they did have that one line that, oh, I don't seem to annoy Vegeta as much as he seems to be annoyed by me. There is that one line, but Vegeta isn't even that annoyed by Goku by the end of the series, or in the Buu arc. In the anime, there's this one scene where after Goku realizes that he loses his Super Saiyan 3 form. There's this one little bro moment between them when when Fat and Mr. Buu is fighting Kid Buu. And you actually see that they do like care for one another. What did Goku say? It was like something like yeah, I figured you'd get mad, and then like Vegeta has like this small like little smile like on his face, like looking back at him. This is bullshit. This whole fucking bickering sibling thing is just trash. It's generic. It's trash. It's garbage. It's bullshit. Shit. Trash. Garbaggio. Feces. Refuse. I've been going on for 2.5 hours now. Fuck it. But before that happens, Frieza, when he's stomping on Goku's heart, Sean Schemmel did an incredible job, like of just making it sound painful. Like it was heart wrenching for me to listen to, which is a good thing, you know, that he. That's good on the actor's part that he did that, you know. What I hate even more is that the Sorbet, Vegeta, Frieza, Vegeta, Whis, like all these people are saying that that happened to Goku because he was overconfident. How the fuck is Sorbet shooting Goku in the heart an example of Goku's overconfidence? Goku didn't lower his guard. He was right in front of Frieza. His attention was focused on Frieza. That's not being off guard. How the fuck, if my attention is on someone, the guy that I'm fighting, how is that off guard? Fucking bull, man. The cheap shot was, shit movie. Doesn't even explain the lesson correctly. Just trash. Krillin's reactions to Goku being felled by that bullshit, though, is pretty touching since, you know, they're obviously like best friends, and they have been best friends since Dragon Ball. So seeing Goku like saying Goku, and then you see like his face and stuff, like it's touching, you know. I just hate like everyone saying like Goku lowered his guard. Was Boo getting kicked by Trunks in the face lowering his guard? Remember when Boo, when he was fat and he wrapped Majin and Vegeta up in like that pink putty, and then putty, however you say it, and then he sat on him and started beating the fuck out of him? Was Trunks kicking him in the face an example of Boo being off guard? Was Boo grabbing Vegeta in a master lock after he absorbed Gohan only for Goku to punch him in the face, lowering his guard? Jesus, man, I just can't believe like shit. This movie is just garbage. It's awful. It's trash. It's really bad. Story-wise, I mean. Story-wise, dialogue and humor is great, but that's not going to save this movie.
I mean, are you shitting me? So Frieza is so enticed by Vegeta's supposed loyalty that he offers him the chance to kill Goku. What was all that dialogue before about how much he miss me with that bullshit? Seriously. During that whole sequence, though, there was one part that I laughed at. It was Frieza's "Shut your mouth, woman." When he said that, I started like dying because I mean I was mad, I was enraged, but I was so deep in the bullshit that I started laughing when bullshit started happening. So when I saw, so when Frieza said "Shut your mouth, woman," that was like the first case of like genuine happiness. Like 30 minutes or so after I was watching that movie because it just sounded so funny the way that Chris Ayres said it. It was hilarious. I can't believe Toei is just like they. You know what? I'm in the description box below. I'm gonna put a better example of how Goku should have been shot in the heart. How he should have been shot in the heart. I'm gonna put a description box a link to how it should have happened because there is a great video on how it should have happened on YouTube, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. Saiyan Vegeta decides that he's not going to kill Goku. Obviously, duh. Oh, really? He isn't going to kill Goku? Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah. Suck our cocks. I'm Toei, so suck my cock. Such great storytelling, guys. Vegeta decides he's not going to kill Goku. And his dialogue was pretty great. I decided that I'm going to pulverize you. That was a pretty good line. And he reveals that he can turn into the same blue-haired form as Goku. Oh, and before he does that, Vegeta kills Sorbet with some deflected ki blast or something. I don't know. Sorbet dies. And Vegeta transforms into the blue-haired form. He starts fucking with Frieza and like beating the shit out of him, right? And that's because Frieza, he suffered from the ki drain and he's taking damage, yada yada yada. Oh my god. I just can't get over that bullshit from before, but anyway. Sorry, I shouldn't be doing that. Anyway. He starts beating up Frieza, and one line I think, and I'm going to talk about Vegeta's relationship with Frieza in a different video because I think many people are under the impression that Vegeta was enslaved by Frieza, and that's not the case. It's not the case. He wasn't like forced to work under Frieza or anything like that. That's all bullshit, and I will show you why in the video that I'm going to make. And I don't know when that will be out, but there was a line where Vegeta said that why would I work for you when you were the one that destroyed my planet, right? And if anyone remembers the fight with Dodoria, Vegeta actually says the opposite, that he doesn't care about his planet. But so to explain, to sort of like clear the confusion on that, Vegeta doesn't care about the Saiyans or the planet or his parents or his race. He doesn't. Because that's what he said against Dodoria, and we see it. He kills Nappa, knowing that he's one of the last surviving members of his race. He refuses to revive Raditz. As a kid, he reacts very indifferently when he realizes that the Saiyans were killed. His dad, he doesn't love his dad. His dad doesn't love him, and I'll show all that in the video that I'll make. But to explain that line, the reason Vegeta says that is because even though he doesn't care for the planet, there is still some emotional worth there for him. So just to give like an example of what I'm talking about, me, I didn't like my high school. I mean, there were some people that I liked, but in general, the experience, the routine of going to high school every day, and just going through the classes, going through the motions, I didn't like it at all. If not that much, right? And
Sorry, I'm just losing myself now. But so even though I didn't like high school, there was still some emotional worth there for me because I did, in a sense, mature because of high school, right? That's what Vegeta is feeling when he says that line about, like, use your head. Do you think I would pledge loyalty to you after you destroyed the planet that I was destined to rule? It could have been worded better because Vegeta's a good guy now and he doesn't care about ruling the Saiyans, and the Saiyans are terrible people, and he shouldn't care about the Saiyans because everything about Vegeta's character development is about how love changes him to be a better person, right? That's how he changes in the series. And so Vegeta at this point shouldn't care about the Saiyans because Saiyans are evil, terrible pieces of shit, murdering, savage people. Like, they're not good people. So it could have been worded a little better, but it got the point across. So then, Golden Frieza getting wrecked by Vegeta was awesome. And then he has this line about, I don't share Kakarot's taste for forgiveness. I felt like that could have been worded better, maybe leniency, or, it's not, I mean, the thing is, Goku doesn't even spare his enemies because he's merciful or lenient or anything. The only time he did that was really maybe with Piccolo. He does do it with Raditz, Kuman Birder, and of course Frieza when he gives him energy. But he usually doesn't spare villains for the sake, out of a sense of mercy, usually. He didn't spare Vegeta out of a sense of mercy. The old dub would have you believe that he spared Vegeta out of a sense of mercy, but Kai, the manga, and the sub shows that Goku spared Vegeta out of a selfish desire to fight him again, even though it meant the potential destruction of humanity and mankind much later. So I didn't like that line. I feel like it could have been worded a little better, but it got the message across pretty well, I'd say. Or well enough. Not pretty well, well enough. So then Frieza starts losing. And so Frieza then decides, and so Vegeta's getting ready to kill him. And then Vegeta has this line, "Don't ever resurrect again," right? And that was pretty awesome, the dialogue. And then Frieza destroys the planet. Frieza destroys the planet, and it's not the ending that pisses me off. It's not the fact that Vegeta didn't get to kill Frieza, because again, Vegeta getting to kill Frieza, the whole past thing is just bullshit. It's not. He's not a tragic character because of what Frieza did to him. He doesn't care about the Saiyans. He doesn't care about his planet. He doesn't care about his race. And we know this because he says this. So that's not why I'm mad about that. I'm mad because, well, I like the fact that Toriyama is trolling us, because if he was the one that wrote that part of the ending, if I don't even know what he wrote anymore, but oh my god, I'm mad because I like the fact that Toriyama trolled us by Vegeta not getting the kill, and that's just classic Toriyama storytelling. But I don't like the fact Vegeta died from that. So Frieza uses a Ki Eye on the planet, which, by the way, is guess what? Guess what, guys? That's a much better way. Actually, I should be serious about this. That's a much better way to show how to catch someone off guard, rather than with that fucking stupid ring ray laser. Bullshit. Trash. Frieza's Ki Eye was way better of catching an opponent off guard, rather than that fucking stupid gun. Retarded. Anyway, thing I don't like about that was the fact that Vegeta died but Frieza survived, and that's bullshit because Goku, like I said before, with his finger was able to block Trunks' sword. Trunks' sword, a sword that was able to cut Frieza into pieces. These dudes have planet-level durability. And people bring up,
didn't Cell kill Goku when he was still a Super Saiyan. That is true. But Frieza survives the planet explosion. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. So then Goku starts blaming himself, saying that he should have finished Frieza off when he had the chance, which, you know, it 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 entails a further character development for him in the fact that now he might stop sparing enemies for the sake of a good fight, because the whole mercy thing is gone after he defeats Frieza on Namek. The fact that and that is shown in the fact that he helps Gohan kill Cell, he kills Jaco himself, and he kills Boo. Right? Those three situations are examples of him showing of how he grew in terms of killing an opponent when it comes, and having like that mental state, that mental fortitude to do it, right? This is now harping on Goku to stop sparing them, not just out of mercy, but just to curb his selfishness regardless. Perhaps Goku now curbs his selfishness more than ever, and he stops sparing enemies for the sake of a good fight, like he did with Piccolo, like he did with Vegeta, and like he did with Frieza in this movie. So then Whis then uses his little temporal turn back time and ability, and it's not bad, but Goku then steals Vegeta's kill because he didn't have a choice. If he didn't, then same thing would have happened, and Frieza's dead. And the way Frieza said "Damn you, Goku" was awesome. Once again, more bullshit. You want to know the music that played when Goku was killing Frieza? Oh, 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 oh. It's a fucking gay ass choir music. It shows Frieza's ship descending into the depths of the ocean, and Frieza's killed. We said this stupid line about how it's not Ian Sinclair's fault, or it's the writer's fault. Whoever, I'm going to talk about the writing of this movie towards the end. I've already talked about it enough, but we said this stupid line to Goku. You actually paid attention. What? When has Goku ever been unattentive? I think that's. You know how Luffy in One Piece, like, he tends to like doze off when he starts like listening to like stories. Goku was never like. Was Goku unattentive when he learned the Kamehameha from Roshi? I don't think so. Was he unattentive when he learned about when he learned about the Genki Dama, the Spirit Bomb, from King Kaio? No, he wasn't unattentive when he was training with Gohan in the hyperbolic time chamber. The Room of Spirit and Time. Dude, just small stupid lines that are just like increasing my rage. So yeah, the movie's pretty much over now. Everyone's saved. Last line about how Goku and Vegeta don't agree is so fucking irksome, though. Because like I was explaining, everything from once the Potara shows up in the Buu arc, everything from up until there, till the end of the Buu arc, is about how Goku and Vegeta actually become friends. Maybe not Goku and Krillin type of friends, but friends, people that can get along with one another. Stupid. That's pretty much the movie. The credits roll. There's this epilogue scene of Frieza back in his pod, and we see now that it's not Mecha Frieza, it's Final Form Frieza. Oh, attention to detail there. Our fourth form Frieza, attention to detail there. He's trapped back in hell, and he says, "No!" And that would have been funny if the plot hole of Frieza keeping his body again wouldn't have been brought up. So that's my review. So I think I know why this movie was pretty bad. First time director, Tadayoshi Yamamura. So if you guys don't know who Tadayoshi Yamamura is, I'm going to be putting a link. So check my description box, okay? I have some links that are linked to some important things about the production of the movie and maybe some of the plot points that were contradicted in this movie. Right? But anyway. That's the movie. The movie was shit. It was garbage. If I had to rate it, the only thing that's saving it was the humor and the dialogue. And because I guess the dialogue is such a big part of the movie, I'm gonna give this anywhere. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10. Actually, no. You know what? Well, no. Well, a 3 to 4 out of 10. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 because Jaco was amazing. The humor was pretty good. The humor was better than Battle of Gods. The action was sparingly, sometimes okay. Characters at times felt like themselves. But the story was shit. It was bullshit. It was bullshit from start to end. The moment where it stopped seeming to be bullshit was when Goku started to run away from Frieza. Like once Frieza's weakness was known, that up until the fucking stupid laser rifle thing, that portion of the movie was probably the best, I would say. And then you have like that blade Shisami versus Piccolo, which is fucking retarded. Frieza keeping his body, which is gay and stupid and all kinds of dumb and I just don't get it. How do you go from a good movie in Battle of Gods? I gave that like an 8 out of 10 to a 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10 movie with this shit. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the writing of the movie. I'm fucking sweating. Well, actually, before I talk about the writing of the movie, I do want to, or who wrote the movie. I just want to give just one more little recap, summary, whatever. Humor in general was better than Battle of Gods. It was good. Dialogue was really good. OST was, it was just there, but it was good. My favorite track I'll probably put in the description box below. And those were the good things. And characters were, Jaco was amazing. Everyone felt in character except for Frieza at the end when he's this bullshit moment with Vegeta, and then actually no, they only sometimes felt in moment. Or sometimes felt in character, and the story was ass. So when your characters and your story are ass, or when your story is ass and your characters are not who they're supposed to be all the time, right? And then you get a first-time director in Tadayoshi Yamamura, who was responsible for most of the good animation on Z. And then you get a script which Toriyama described as a memo. You have those three things, or I don't even know if I can count anymore. And you concoct them together, you get a pretty terrible film like this one. It's pretty bad. And there were some jump cuts and scenes that felt like they were missing, like I was saying earlier with Shisami, and how he sneered at Tagoma's suggestion to bring a large battalion, or Pilaf meeting up with the Pilaf trio meeting up with Tagoma and Sorbet. The 4-month time skip, or 6-month time skip, I guess now, thanks to Piccolo's comment about how when Jaco was introduced, that was ass. Just a lot of cut scenes and animation wasn't very good. Lackluster animation, like I said, at times. Too much CGI, that was bad. As far as my favorite character, I don't know who my favorite character was in this film. It might have been Vegeta, maybe. It might have been Vegeta in the Battle of Gods film also. But I don't know. After that shit where the film was playing it up like he was going to kill Goku, and Goku was the one who did the 1-inch punch, so it's between Goku or Vegeta. I might have to go with Goku.
I don't know. I don't know. Um, Goku when he went Super Saiyan was pretty beast. It was too beast, and then the only problem is that initially Goku sounded a little too high pitched in the movie. He didn't even sound that high pitched at the end of the movie when he was talking with Vegeta. So um, there was that. But the voice actors killed it. The dialogue, for the most part, was pretty good. It was great, and Funimation did their job, and they should be proud of themselves. Story was bullshit though. And so I've been going on for almost 3 hours, but I'm gonna go on a little longer because I need to talk about who wrote this movie and the production of this movie, right? So in the description box below, I'm gonna be putting how many minutes is it? I have the link right here. A 27-minute 55-second. Actually, it's more like 19 minutes because the last part has to do with that has to do with some random pop idol. But the first 19 minutes of that video is going to show you the production standpoint, or how the movie, like how the story of the movie came about. And there are some contradictory statements with what Toriyama has said. So in this special, we find out that one of the people who talks on early on at 5 minutes 34 seconds says that he came up with the idea to revive Frieza. However, a statement by Toriyama says that he thought of bringing back Frieza after listening to Maximum the Hormone F, or listening to the song which is called F, which stands for Frieza, by Maximum the Hormone. So Maximum the Hormone are big DBZ fans, and they decided to dedicate a song or base a song called F based on Frieza and his character and the Namek arc in general. And that's how Toriyama's inspiration came up for bringing back Frieza. But apparently in this TV special, like I said, 5 minutes 34 seconds, it seems like Toriyama wasn't the one that brought Frieza back. It was this guy. And then the second thing that we find out about the story of the movie was that Tadayoshi Yamamura, you know, who I love in the 90s and who I don't like at all in modern animation, Tadayoshi Yamamura was the one who wrote the whole Z Fighters versus 1,000 Soldiers scene. He wrote all of that. He directed all of that. And he says that in this TV special. Actually, let me find you the time. You know what? I'm gonna find the time. This is really bad. He's to blame for that Shisami versus Piccolo, Krillin using the Kienzan on the cliff, like all of that bullshit. Okay, so yeah, go to 11:10. 11:10, so 11:10 of that video, you'll see that Toriyama didn't write, like he said that there would be an epic battle between 1,000 soldiers and the Z Fighters, but he didn't fill in the details, or he didn't write like the exact like script of like how that would go down. Tadayoshi Yamamura was the one that did that. So I'm not even sure like who wrote what in this movie. We know Toriyama didn't flesh out the 1,000 soldiers scene, or didn't exactly write out how it would go. You know, we just got confirmation with the timestamp that I just said, and then we see that the idea to bring back Frieza might not even be his. And there is one more statement. So there's two statements, and there's a third one that I want to bring up. In Volume F, which I said was like that little pamphlet that the first couple of moviegoers saw when they were in Resurrection F, or when they first went to go see Resurrection F in Japan, and they got like that pamphlet. There was this thing called Volume F, and that's what it was. It was just basically about how Toriyama's creation process and whatever for the movie. And this was the first comment he had on the script. To all you so this is the question, the statement. To all you Akira Toriyama fans holding the screenplay for Dragon Ball Z Revival of F in your hands right now. And then there's a comment by Akira Toriyama.
It's really embarrassing to have called this a screenplay. It'd probably be more accurate to say it's just a memo. It's simply something I idly dashed off for the staff, just to help explain the flow of the story and the dialogue. Never in a million years did I think it would get published. If any of you are trying to become scriptwriters, please don't use this as an example. You have the comment right there. He didn't write a full script, he wrote a memo. The idea of bringing back Frieza might not even be his. And he didn't do the 1,000 soldiers scene. So I don't know who wrote what for this movie anymore. I, I even before Super, I don't even know if I could call this canon. I don't even know if I can call this canon. I mean, it's going to be it is canon now, thanks to it is canon. It, it's going to be canon now, obviously, thanks to Super. But let's just assume that Dragon Ball Super is not a thing. Okay, let's just assume, right? And and this is my train of thought. Okay, let's assume Dragon Ball Super is not a thing, and the film just came out, and it's April 18th when it debuted in Japan. Or no, it's March 30th because that's when the preview screening was, and we find out about the film, right, and about everything, and we assume Akira Toriyama wrote it, but now it's August 10th, and I have like all these links, and I see that Akira Toriyama, there are some portions of the movie that he didn't even write. The origin of the script might not even be his. It might be Toei. That's why I'm not so sure who to put the blame on. Did Toriyama write the whole rifle thing? Did Toriyama write Frieza giving up his vengeance to Vegeta? I don't know. I don't know that. But what I do know is that Toei has had some influence in writing the script for this movie. The 1,000 soldiers scene. The origin of Frieza might have come from them. Bringing back Frieza might have come from them. And you have Toriyama, as I just said, just saying that this should not be used as an example for trying to become a scriptwriter. Now I can see why this was such a bad movie. You have a first-time director. You have Toei, he's not really good at animation, and you have a script that was memo-like. He just says it. It'd probably be more accurate to say it's just a memo. It's really embarrassing to have this called a screenplay. It's a memo that he didn't think would be published, and he said, "Please don't use this as an example." Shit movie. Well, bad. Bad movie. Bad movie with shit and terrible garbage scenes, with some highlights here and there. And I am praying from the bottom of my heart, like Super just pulls some super like. They go Super Saiyan and they just rewrite like this whole film to be so much more better. No awkward scenes, no awkwardly animated scenes, no weird jump cuts. Better explanations for why things happen, for why Frieza got that strong. No laser bullshit, unless it can be properly explained. No Vegeta giving no Frieza giving his vengeance up to Vegeta. Just a better rewritten version of the film, please. That's all I want in Super right now. And I think we're going to get it because I watched the first 5 episodes of Dragon Ball Super. They've been pretty solid. The recent episode today, when Beerus flicked Super Saiyan 3 Goku and then landed and then like put his arm on Goku's shoulder, that was a way better example of catching him off guard than that fucking garbage ass cheeks fucking shit cum stain rifle scene with Sorbet. Like, you have to be ass raped into insanity to even think that You have to be ass raped into insanity, like mind fucked, to even think that that's good writing. Fucking bullshit. It's bad. It's bad. It's terrible. It's shit. It's garbage. But I do think that Super's version of the film is going to be better. The animation might be worse. Oh, and I'm praying to God, I'm praying it's not going to be that way, because the animation for a movie was just so painful to look at. It's just really bad, man. But that's my hopes. Amongst all the bullshit that I had to wade through in this movie, that is the one silver lining on the cloud that I'm hoping for. Like, it just goes bonkers and just like rewrites everything and makes it flow more naturally and just makes it overall just better. Because the story is just bullshit. It's just plot hole contradiction shit from the first minute. But yeah, that's my review. I don't think I have anything left to say. I'll try to do a stream later this week. I'll try to do it Friday. We can talk about it live. But fuck this movie, really. Fuck this movie. Well, fuck this movie's story, I should say. It's bad. It's trash. It's garbage. I can't defend it. I cannot defend it. It's a 4 out of 10 out of my book. Jesus, I can't believe I actually found a movie that's the first and second Broly movies are better than this bullshit, man. At least it's better than Bio Broly, so I don't even think the first two Broly movies are that good anyway. It's trash. If you guys have been with me all the while since now, thank you and I appreciate it for sticking with me. But please check the links in my description box below. And with that, I hope this is the last time I have to make a video like this, because this is just insulting. Like Toei should feel ashamed that they had to put this out as a movie and call it something good. This is the movie that made $8 million in the USA. I think it was $8 million. I don't know. The movie that should have done that is Battle of Gods. Fucking awful movie. Awful movie. It's pure shit. Doesn't make much sense. And you know, we're in the rebirth of the rebirth of Dragon Ball Renaissance, so to speak. It's just a shame like this has to be like one of the representatives for that, because it just sucks. The movie just sucks. Or well, its story sucks. And the story is the most important thing. And it fails at that. Hard. Miserably. But yeah. Please check out the links in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching. And I hope I don't have to make this again. When Super is... I mean, I'm going to have to review the sub version at some point, but I hope Super's version is just going to be so much more better. Because I really thought this could have been better than Battle of Gods. But it's significantly worse. I don't know what else to say. I'm just trying to think if there's anything I'm like. Check out my links. I said that. I guess once the Battle of Gods arc is done in Super, I'll do a review for that because I've been really enjoying that. The animation was kind of shit this episode, but story wise, I've been enjoying everything. So thank you guys for watching. Peace. It's 3:20. I started this shit at 12 o'clock midnight. It's 3:20 in the morning. Thank you guys for watching. Peace. Get a good night's sleep or have a good day. And let's pray that this movie will be rewritten to be so much more better and super.